Okay, we're ranking all the Isaac items. I just got Dead God yesterday. There's a few items. So we're gonna go pretty fast. This is a Tears Up. That's a good item. Triple Shot. That is a real good item, honestly. Because the Tears Down you get is like 50%. So you shoot like half as fast, but you shoot another. You shoot more tears. It's a great item. I'd be happy to get that. Homing Tears S tier. This is one of the best damage ups in the game too. So, and this is a bad item. Boomerang Tears is very often not a run wizard, but you don't pick up this item sometimes. I would not recommend it, especially with some synergy that's not very good. Number 1. It's a pretty significant Tears Up. It's a range down. Range doesn't really matter in this game. I'd be happy to take this item. It's a great damage up. This is a bad familiar. You never see this item. This is Skatole, I think. Flies are friendly. By the time you get it, you're likely in Womb. So you probably don't even need it. Because all fly enemies are gone by then. And also you have to use a Shell Beggar. Well, it doesn't take up a Pastel. It's a fine item. This 2 Orbitals. It's not bad. Happy to see it. 1 up. Extra life. It's always good. I think B. Because if you die in a run, if you go into a fight and you're not confident you'll win. Let's say you're going Cathedral, Chest. You are up against Blue Baby. You die against Blue Baby. And you probably had some Soul Hearts. If you go up against them again, you're probably not going to win. It's fine. Magic Mushroom, that's a great item. It's not a run winner. It's very close. It needs like anything with it. This red one, that's a Virus. That's a speed range up. It's fine. Drops from Lust sometimes. This is a speed. And speed up. These count towards spawn, so it's fine. Health up. 2 health ups. This is like this, but better. You don't really see Raw Liver, though. Skeleton Key. You never... You don't need keys like you need bombs in this game, though. If you're going into a treasure room, basement 2, you make it in there, use the key, you get 99 keys. I don't think this is even in the treasure pool. It's in the secret pool. But when you're looking for secrets, that's the last thing you want. $1. Never upset when you see $1 from a slot machine, I guess. 10 bombs, 10 bombs. It's good if you find it early. It's not if you don't. I'll put it in B. Flight. Flight's good. Compass is probably one of the weaker map items. Knowing where the icons, though, is actually really handy, especially if you want to finish your run early, which I do. These are all health ups. Health ups are good. They're not bad. They're not good either, and these don't provide any other steps. Speed up is not needed. These are identical items. Speed is a good stat, not mandatory, because it starts out good enough, and you're gonna get speed from like most other good items. Like, let's get one. That's a great item. These syringes, they give you something else with it. Range up. Stop giving me bad items from bosses. These are all mom items. This is a range up. It's like a contact up, and also range is a range up. I don't like range up. It's range, unless you take number 1, or maybe you're a Zazel or something. You don't need range. Because it's already good enough. You clear like 2/3 of a room. Tears Up, good item right there. Identical items. Bible. Bible, it's Flight for a Room, it's a free Mom and Mom's Heart fight. I'll give it a C tier. Situational. This is a good item. This is a good spacebar. But this is great. It's A. Necronomicon is never really helpful at all. It's 40 damage to everything in a room. Every 4 rooms. This is also a bad item. This is a good spacebar. I think this is an underrated spacebar. It's a free bomb every other room. It's a stronger bomb against bosses. It'll usually take down about half of the health. I'll give it a B. I'll give it an A. Tammy's Head. It can be funny. Every room. Sure. Not a good one. Arguably, I mean, you don't have to use it. Amazing with Pyromaniac, but that never happens. These... You never use these two. Bob's Head. Bob's Head is just as good as Mr. Boom. Oh god, which one is this? Teleport 1? I think this is Teleport 2. I swear Teleport 2 was yellow. Yeah, it's this one. I think this is Pause. Pause never had any use out of. It can be good if you're Tainted Jacob, maybe, in a tight spot. Pause it, get out of there, but it's never helpful. Yumheart, you don't really see it much unless you're Magdalene. If you are Magdalene, it's pretty good. You can get Basement 1, where you go into a sack room, get hit 3 times, you're at 1 heart. Use your pill, go back to full health, do it 3 more times, do it an extra time, and you might have Angel Room, Angel Item, some Soul Hearts, and you're on your way to Mega Satan. That's just a good item right there. For Magdalene, B. Lucky Foot. Lucky Foot. It's a good item. It's a luck up. Luck isn't the best, but better gambling. It's surprising how good it is compared to the normal. There's a lot of items. This is a B item. You're happy to see it in a shop. It's just good. I think this is Doctor's Remote. And I think this is Teleport. Doctor's Remote is good. It's the same as Mr. Boom. But I think it is not 2 rooms recharge, it might be 4. I will put in B. It's hard to use. Piercing Tears is great. Shoop the Whoop is great. That'll take down a boss. That'll take down a room. If you have 9 volt, it's every room. Same goes for these 3, actually. That's just a good... Like, if your damage is lacking, that'll help you out. Stephen's flat damage up, that's a great item. Same for you. You are an excellent item. You're a run winner. On your own, it has some not great synergies. It has some great synergies, too. Bomb tiers, you never need a bomb again. There's free secret rooms. If you get any bomb synergies, that's just absurd amounts of damage. If you get homie bombs, you don't even need to play the game anymore. You hand it to your brother. Go get a lunch or something, breakfast. Magneto is garbage. I believe it doesn't attract chests. It is good if you go into a room where there is a platform in the middle surrounded by a pit, and then you'll get a free key. Treasure map's just as good as Compass. Maybe better. Probably better, because you know where the boss is. This is Mom's Eye. That is not Mom's Contact, I believe. Give me a moment. Gotta drink some water. It's a fine item. It's not great. Never really seems to do much for you. It's a bad item. Small, very, very small creep on the ground. In a game where so many of the enemies are flying, or spawn flying enemies, it's like, not good. Distant Admiration. It's a pretty strong orbital. If you get this basement 1, you'll use it, and it'll kill bosses. And generally, I don't think it blocks bullets, but it's a good damage dealer. This is a great book. Using this at the right time, you won't get hit, you can do a blood donation. It's a good item. This is situational. But I like buying it for some reason. It's alright. Probably not often worth the 15 cents, but you know. Charm of the Vampire. On its own, you'll probably get like a 0.1 or 2 damage up. It's like whatever. But then the healing is nice. But it's not often that you need the red health. If you do, it's great. B. You guys are so mad right now. Battery. Not often good. If you're Lilith, it's alright. If your spacebar is good only sometimes, it's good, but I was never too fond for it. It's fine. It's situational.
Hey!
Hey.
You thought you could hide away from me?
I'm ranking them.
Oh.
I'm also recording it. Oh, I should VC ping. Ranking the items. Steam sale. You're never upset when you see a Steam sale. Typically, you get it from a keeper. If you get in greed mode, it's like up here. A. Anarchist Cookbook. It's not a good book. It's not a good book. This is discreetly just not a good book. But it's never even good, like, if you know where a rock is. So you can do it, you can leave the room and come back and try to push it to the tinted rock. But you never end up getting what you want. It's not even situational, it's just not good. Probably get hit by it too. Hourglass. Same as Mom's Pad.
Yo, mama.
Bad. Familiar. Technology, that's a good item. I think it's a slight damage up. I think the lasers just do more damage. It's piercing tears, and you can usually hit more. Just a good item. Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
I'm a fan of chocolate milk.
Hey, calm down. Actually,
It's not a run winner, not even close. It's low S. It's close to A. 400% damage on base damage. That is 14 damage right there. With any other damage up, you're destroying things. With piercing tears, don't even talk to me. That's a great item right there. It can
that's nice.
be cool if you pick it up early and your run goes bananas, because you'll have to keep charging this and keep tapping.
Bananas. That shit's bananas.
But it's not a bad item in any way. There's no downside. You can just spam it if you want. Damage up, great item.
Steven.
Mini mushroom. You're smaller. You're faster. It's whatever. Just speed.
And stronger, too.
3 soul hearts. Chance to find Bible. I mean, what do you want? What do you want from me?
B for Bible.
B for Bible. Cuba meat.
Run lost.
On its own, Cuba meat, you find 1 cube of meat. You will find another if you find the first one, like basement 1, 2, or cave.
You will eat another.
You will find another. That's 2 boss items taking up
Yeah.
what could be like a damage up. It could be
Yep.
a health up because
Uh-huh.
a potato peeler If you get Patapio, this guy goes right up here. Unless you're doing a beast run. You're never upset to see a quarter. It shows up in devil pools, which I'm not huge on, but you kill a keeper, blow up a shopkeep, you get a quarter, it's whatever, it's great. PhD. I love PhD. Not that much. But knowing what the pills are, and they're good, that's great. Great goggles. B.
B for goggles.
B for secret rooms for free. And you don't have to use a bomb. It racks up if you get it pretty early. And it's still fine if you get it later, because if you're like speeding through floors trying to get the run done, typically it'll make a shortcut. And if you find a secret room for free, you go through it, it'll be like, hey, you can go out this way. That'll save you some time. This is a good spacebar. It gets you the mileage of Shoot the Whoop. You can't shoot tears, but that's fine. It'll kill like most bosses. If it doesn't, you're like halfway done. Book of Revelations. It's a great spacebar.
It's a great spacebar.
This is better than your average damage up. You're on your way to Leviathan. You get some black hearts with it. Get a damage up. It's better than Stephen, better than these two. Because of that bonus. The Pact is also a great item. This one. I picked up Dead Cat 20 times. Twice has it been helpful for like defense reasons, and only like once has it actually made a difference. I'm in a lost run. If you are lost, you take it.
Run low.
This is Flight, and I think a speed up. Flight's right next to the other one. Nail. I never liked Nail much. It's like
No.
It's like half a Satanic Bible plus a little bit of Book of Belial, which sounds good to me, but you gotta pay 2 hearts to get it. There goes your angel deal. Then you gotta get that back. It's just a little dicey. It's not as secure as, say, these 2 items. But it is a good item. Bad item. Forgot this is the one that makes everything a card or gives you a card. I think it gives you a card. It's not great. I just see it, but it's not bad. Hunter's Tooth. It does not hinder your run. If you're with friends, it will. Loki's Horn, it's pretty much the same as Mom's Eye. Lil Chub. This is a good familiar. It's a good familiar. He does more than you think. If you're basement 1, 2, you got your 3.5 damage. That will do more damage than you if you want it to. Like, you have Monster there, you wait for him to do a first jump, hit him with the Little Chub, he's like a third dead. That's just a good item. Slow Tears. I overrate this item. It's like a item. Slow Tears are fine.
Small Rock. What?
You're always happy to see Small Rock. You're always happy to see. That's a good. For breaking a Tinted Rock, you get a damage up. And a Tears Up, I think? That's just a good item. Good
I
deal.
don't think it's not Tears Up.
It's not a
Is
Tears
it?
Up. It's a speed down as well, but it's an A tier item.
You always have some
X-ray goggles,
leftover
but
speed.
worse, which means it is a C tier item. This is just a good health up. Health ups are like fine, better. It's probably A tier. You get the soul hearts out of it. You're in good hands if you get super bandage. Game Kid is like an item, but I like it less for some reason. Gives you a coin every now and then. It's fine. Never really happy to see it. But gives you a half heart every now and then.
It's like 7 rooms.
It's not that long. This is 7-8 rooms. It's like 3 or 4 rooms.
Oh,
It adds up. It adds up.
does that?
You find an arcade, you're on that blood machine, you're getting a blood bag, you're going to the Devil Deal, you're getting Brimstone, you're getting Mom's Knife, you're getting the good stuff. It adds up. This is a B tier item. This is situational. You always ditch it over like any other book. But out of all space bars, it's not bad. Use it every now and then, you get a pickup. Maybe it'll be a dime. This is an S tier item. Free Soul Hearts. This is a familiar that does this, which means it's kind of worse. Will Steven, out of all the familiars, it's alright. It's a B tier. It shoots homing tiers, but you could get Steven instead, which is just better.
That's true.
But instead of a treasure item pool, which is likely a health up, or shot speed, or speed, or range, you'll get essentially an incubus until you get better than it. And it'll have homing tiers. It's B. It's good. It's more than you think. This is a good item. This is just S tier. On your way to Seraphim, you'll have Flight. That's a full health. That's a little bit of everything. It's a health up, luck up, everything. This is just as bad as the card one. Tonsil. When you get hit, it makes a thing. So you get hit less. I like Parasite. Parasite's pretty good. Has some wacky synergies too. It's a good item. I'm happy.
That's crazy.
D6 is great. It's a great item. You see a bad item, reroll it. Maybe it's not as bad.
Wow.
Maybe it is, but then you get more charge. It's good. Mr. Mega is alright. 5 bombs plus the bombs do more damage. It's fine. Pinking Shears. It's the Bible, but better. Very good in greed mode. B. Also, it's Flight when you need it. Wafer is an excellent item. It's not a run winner, because it doesn't really matter until you get to Womb. And if you're scraping by in Womb,
No,
making it.
you said the thing.
Yes. Money equals power. You're always happy to see it. It's great damage up. It's better than Steven, likely. Which is just,
Oh yeah.
this can go, if you have 25 coins or more, it's better. It could be a 5 damage up. It could be much more if you have deep pockets, but we're not going to go into that. Freezing Tears are great.
Freeze me.
This is a bad item. This is a bad familiar. This is a pretty good familiar. But it takes a Devil Deal. But it's still pretty good. Counts toward conjoined. But it's not great. I wouldn't take it. This is a run winner on some. You get Mom's Knife, you win. You likely will win, no matter what. Unless you're like playing Tainted Jacob and you get screwed over by Delirium, plus your guy turns you into Tainted Lost, and you get bagged. But Spectral Tears. Spectral Tears.
Luigi.
It's fine.
That item is Luigi.
This is a great item. It's got synergies with like all of the space bars. Plus it charges your item for free when you get it.
For free?
6. You have D6, you find this in the shop. You re-roll the treasure room. Or you re-roll the devil. See that, oh cool, I got Brimstone now. Take Brimstone, go back to shop. Oh, the boss item is a shot speed up. I have Brimstone, doesn't matter. Go shop, buy this. Re-roll it, boom, you got Pentagram. You're good to go. That's a 1 run. This is a terrible item. This is a run winner. Brimstone, can't beat it. Well, you can. This one's probably better. But this is an iconic item. It's goes through blocks, goes through enemies. Screen wide, Range doesn't matter anymore. Shot speed doesn't matter anymore. We'll still give you the stat ups because life is suffering. But yeah, it's a great item. If you get it, you're golden. Blood bag, you're always happy. Pretty good speed up too. Health up, heals 5 hearts. If
Uh-huh.
you gambled all your health on a blood bank, you get it. You're up
Mhm.
again, probably. This one and this one, I always get confused. This one is bad. It's
Yep.
damage down and tears up, but it doesn't balance out to better damage. It's like diet soy milk.
That one's good though. I think this is the other one.
This one's great. This is a health and damage up. This is all you have. It goes up here. We're really happy to see that item. It is a speed down, doesn't matter though. Babylon is okay. You never get it, but as nice. Situational.
Oh.
This is fine. It's a good book. It's better than these books. Is it good as these items? Yes. It's as good as these items. Not good. Homing bombs. It's 5 bombs. And also they home, if you're into that. Don't talk to me.
Talk
Good
to me.
item. No, you're always happy to see this. Unless you have a good spacebar,
What's it do?
it re-rolls the entire floor, restarts it. So, if you take it to chest, open the floor up, use Forget Me Now, you have 4 more items. You can use it any floor, get all this stuff again. Very good in greed mode. Every 4 counts. These are great items. These are like very good items, but these are great items. This is where did I put the other fly? Yeah, right next to this one. Health up, speed down. Just as good as the other health up. This is a good item. The dash is good. Not as good as this one. It's good. There's a lot of items. Oh my god. We gotta go. You're happy to see it. It drops from a boss specifically. One of the
Donkey.
Oh yeah, I know the boss. I
Gives
think I
bombs.
remember.
Bomb bag. Not as good as like a bomb upgrade, I'll be honest. Not happy to see it usually. It's just a good item. You're happy. You find Krampus and it's like, oh, here's head of Krampus. Nope, you get the damage up pretty much. It's a good item. This is a quality item. Heart for 3 soul hearts. That can save you. It's good. Unless you're Bethany. But then you're playing as Bethany. What are you doing? Guppy's tail.
B.
That's quality. It's B. Might be A if you have a lot of keys, but it's B. If you have mom's key, you're winning. This is not as good as getting a blood bag, personally. Playing on easy mode is great, but who plays on easy mode? We're gonna give it a C. It's fine. If you can use it, it's like a better... It's a fine way to get... If you don't have a space bar, you get IV bag. It's like, whatever. I get coins for every red heart. Red hearts show up a lot, especially when you don't need them. You can use them now.
Uh-oh.
This is Mr. Boom, but worse. And I think you have to... It's stupid. This is 5 bombs. And you can, like, trigger the bomb. It's actually pretty good if you think about it. Is it this good? Looking at
No.
other items, not really. No, it's B. Stigmata. You're always happy to see this. It's a health up, a little bit of damage on there. Just like me.
My man.
2 trinkets.
Walk into a bar.
Gives you a trinket. Trinkets are pretty good in Repentance. Generally, If you have the good ones unlocked, it's a pretty good item. C, because it can give you Cursed Skull. It can give you Cursed Penny.
Trinket tier list coming soon.
Creep bombs, it's 5 bombs. 7 coins. Hey, they all could be nickels, they could all be dimes, but they aren't.
That's true.
Bottom line, typically you get a nickel, it's like 12 coins, but it's actually a boss drop. Which means instead of getting this guy, God forbid you get this guy or this guy. I think this guy's treasure room only. But 7 coins. Don't talk to me. This is a good item. It's very good if you're like big brain about it, because I believe you can take a devil deal item and it would kill you, but it would not actually. And then gives you soul heart. You can do some hokey stuff. It's like a holy mantle if you're really struggling, which would make it like S tier really. But for an angel room item, not great, not as good. Speed and shot speed, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Eat your coins, gives you keys, gives you bombs. Cool. What if I wanted the coins though? I like this item. Guppy's head. Free flies every room. It's not as good as this spacebar, that one. But it's better than these ones, probably. Perk card, great but boring. This one, theoretically a good item, but never ever used it, like ever, in a good way. This is a terrible item. Ipecac.
Hey!
Ipecac is a run winner.
Hey!
On its own, plus 40 damage up. 44 damage. That'll kill almost anything. Before, like, Isaac and Satan on its own. This is a great item. Tooth Love, I'm gonna give it A. It's a great tier effect. Sometimes they do 4 times damage, you know? Just like...
Blipmar.
But you don't need Blebmar. B. This is not Skittle. What is...
I think the blue one's better.
This one appears whenever you do a shell game, but
Doesn't one go like around the room and the other goes around you?
this one is terrible. This goes around the room.
I swear that one
This one
goes
makes all
around
flies friendly. You never see this item. Tech 2, just as good as Tech 1. Very good item. Because you can just sit back, goes through blocks. It's like Brimstone, but passive and not as good. But you find it in a treasure room. I used to not like it. I think they buffed it in Repentance, so and that's why I like it more. This is a great item. Not a run winner. Great item though. Plus 2 damage every other tier. It evens out, but it doesn't feel like it. And I don't see my damage go up, so I feel like I'm worse. Not as good as this one. This is not a good item. C for situational or D for doggy do?
D for doggy do.
This one.
That's a good one.
That's a
Pretty
good item. That's a good item. It counts towards Seraphim, I think. You buy it in a shop, and you passively get more charge if you're bad at the game. And if you're tainted with one, you just win. Anemic is bad. You never see the crystal ball, but it's a great item. It's essentially Book of Revelation, but it also reveals the map.
Oh yeah,
It's not a run winner. It's not a run winner, but it's very good. It's a very good item. This is controllable tiers. Damage up. It's just as good as the other damage ups. I feel like I take it more than I should. It's not great. This
That's good.
this can destroy like a lot of stuff.
That's good.
This up here. It destroys like late game bosses too, honestly.
That is good.
Ankh, I don't like revive items that turn you into other guys. I just don't. Right now I probably would, but I'm not playing the game after I unlock everything. Celtic Cross, I never feel like it does anything. It's invincibility after you get hit sometimes. Which, it's pretty unlikely you will get hit twice in a room. Twice or more. That's why Holy Mantle's so good. And also, it appears in Angel Rooms. I'm never really happy to see it, I'll be honest. It should
Nah.
be. Should be C. Yeah, it's not a good familiar. It's just about as good as these ones, I'd say, yeah. Blue Candle. I like Red Candle more, but this is still a good item. This is you'll love seeing this one. After a boss, these three are what you want to see. Damage up, basement 1, that just feels good. D20. I don't like D20. I don't think D20 likes me either.
Uh-oh.
It's a run winner in greed mode, but in normal Isaac, you have D20. You're like, I want to use D20 well. So you wait the whole floor to find the room that has the most coins, or whatever. And then you re-roll it, and cool, you got some coins, you got a gold troll bomb, congrats. And you got a chest that has more coins in it. It's probably worth the struggle, you got a coin after, good job, but I hate it. This one is a worse. It's not good. This one's run winner. Even better than this one, honestly. It's like the weakest out of the run winners. 20 times your damage. That's a lot of damage. It is not fun, but you will win. This one, very close to run winner. It needs like anything else. Like this plus Cricket Head, this plus Homing Tears, triple shot, Halo, you're winning. It doesn't need a damage up though, it needs Tears up. This is Spider Bombs, it's 5 bombs. It's fine. This is Spider Butt.
Boy.
Yeah, it's like a good space bar, but I don't like it. I'd rather have these ones. I'd rather have free pickup every four rooms. But it sure is better than Book of the Necronomicon. That's right. Sacrificial Knife. That's a good item. Blocks Tears. Does an absurd amount of damage on collision. Like, so much damage, I don't even know how. But I do think it's Mom's Knife sometimes, and that makes me sad because it isn't. More Soul Hearts. You can find in treasure rooms. Counselor Seraphim. It's a good item. Probably B. Give it a B. This is a bad item. Dad's Key. I'll give it B. It's like a free secret room sometimes. Don't have to use the bomb. If the room you're in sucks, you can, like, get out of there. Opens Mega Satan. It's a good item. Health up. I think luck with it, but that doesn't matter. Slot Machine. Slot Machine isn't great. It's just not a great item. But you can spawn hearts in super secret rooms, which could turn into soul hearts, could turn into demon hearts, eternal hearts, but that's not really gonna happen. And you see Slot Machine and you're like, I pay money to spend more money. No. Holy Water's actually pretty good now. It's a B tier item. Fate's Reward, that's Flight and Eternal Heart, that's just good. Just as good as these guys. Bad item. These are like the same item, but one of them is a spacebar. White Pony. almost a run winner. Almost. Very, very, very good item. You don't see it very often. Get in Womb from Conquest. You go to Hush. It like destroys him. Very good. Sacred Heart, that's like a run winner.
Yeah.
Don't even talk to me. So good.
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk. Tears Up, that's just good. That's it.
I love tears. I love
This is Flight.
I love flight.
Flight and Eternal Heart, I think. You get something else with it, but I don't know. This is all. This is the Flight and Eternal Heart. This is just Flight, but it's fine. This one cuts enemies in half. No. It's
Nope.
right.
It cuts you in half.
You damage yourself to damage the room. It's like worse than this one. But it doesn't ruin a run because you don't have to.
Oh, here comes the gear.
This one is not great. It takes up Devil Room. This one is also terrible.
It's a
good item. Is the stats up? Not as good as Halo.
It's better than Halo, right?
No.
I swear it's better than Halo.
The stats up you get are much worse. It's like an all stats up, but like it gives you like 0.1 damage. It's like cool. It's better than a health up. You get full health. It's a great item. I'm happy to see it. It's not S tier. 99 bombs, that's just like good. Thank you. I have bombs for the rest of the run now. $3 bill.
Whoa.
This is a spicy item. It's a fun item. You pick it up, it's like, oh boy, what's gonna happen next? On a good run, you take it, it's like down here. On a bad run, you take it, it's like up here, maybe. Right up here. But it's not situational. It's not a C tier item. It's a B item. It's a good item. This, I'm a Telepathy for Dummies fan, which means the highest I can put is like here. It's great in greed mode. But anywhere else, not really. You get Bookworm, but whatever. This is the same item as this one. It's a good item. Damage up, health up. Where's this one? This is a range and luck up, and also planetarium up by like 10%. Now the logic of planetariums is it's a very narrow path. If you go for a planetarium, you say, okay, basement 1, I'm not gonna go in the treasure room. I'm going beast. I'm gonna skip it, I'll get it on the way back. Then you have like a pretty good chance every 4 you're probably gonna get planetarium before mom, and then you will get a good item, and then you'll be on your way. 8-ball throws a little wrench in there, because you can just happen to get a planetarium when you didn't even want one, which is good, because they're all good items. But it's like not great, because likely you're gonna get like depths 1. You'll have a good chance for depths 2 to get planetarium, but that's it. And like a luck up, cool. And a card. Card's never good though. There's a bad item. You never want to see this item. 4 pills. Pills kind of suck. This is a Tears Up. And 2 Soul Hearts. Better than your average Tears Up. Not good enough for S tier. Doesn't make me smile like these ones do. I look at all these items and I'm like, this is good. It's a good run. Jesus Juice. It's close. Damage and Tears Up. But not really good boost of either. It's like half a Steven and half a Sad Onion. A tier, no doubt. Box. You beat Womb 1 and get Box. It's not a thing you want to happen. But you beat Basement 1 and you get Box. It's like, okay, I'll look for the secret room. I will have a key to go to the alt path. I will have a key for the next treasure room. That's good. This is the womb one situation. This is like the basement situation. It goes in C tier. I love Mom's Key. I'm a Mom's Key fan. It's like more chest drops. I'm like, okay. Then you open a chest and you get so many drops that if you had D20 with it, it'd be up here. But D20 is boring. And this is not great. Because you get more chest drops in like depths 2 where you don't really need bombs. Maybe you'll get more coins out of it. It's great. And it's never bad to see. You get this in greed mode, you have 2 more keys, that's 10 cents you don't gotta spend on keys. That's like an A tier item. You're very happy to see it. Charming Tears, don't talk to me. Damage up concussive tears is good. It's a very good item. Midas Touch is interesting. Because some enemies don't actually deal contact damage, but you can turn them to gold to get free coins. But only a few gamers know that. And coins are cool, very good in greed mode, but they're not everything. My current idea of Isaac is shops are nice, shops are good, but they are not as good as they were, where they almost always had a restock machine, where Steam sale was, you could get 2 of them, break the game, where you could get restock and the price wouldn't go up. That's great. That kickstarts that. Now it's like, okay, cool, I get Diplopia. I can afford it. Great. And that's good. That's a B tier. That's like what you want to happen, but it's not usually what happens. Humbling Bundle is a great item. No doubt about it. Not S tier. Because it doesn't happen for everything anymore. But it's a great item. You're happy. Mom's Pouch. Any when you get hit item is like it's not gonna go above B. When you get hit, you drop a consumable. You drop a pickup. Sometimes. And it's like you forget about it the moment you pick it up, really. Sharp Plug. That's pretty good. Very good as Tainted Magdalene, but that's one character. And really anything is good as Tainted Magdalene if you have patience. But it can be as good as you want it to be. If you use it a lot, get yourself in danger, maybe it'll pay off. If you don't, you might die. Could go down here even if you're bad. But it's like C. Situational. I'll use it sometimes. Guillotine. It's everything you ever wanted. But then your aiming sucks. But it's a Steven plus a wire hanger. It's so good. But then your head, what's it doing? It's gotta be A tier. It's worthwhile. A skilled Isaac player will play around it. And the head does damage. Don't talk to me, ball of bandages, it goes. Same situation, where did I put Cube of Meat? I'm not a Cube of Meat fan. Oh, this one is worse than Cube of Meat. Which, I can't put it much worse. Cube of Meat's a C tier item. With Cube of Meat, you can get Potato Peeler. Super Meat Boy, there he goes, he's running around, kills everything. If you get Bandage Girl, you picked up like 5 balls of bandages. Think of how many items that could have been. From up here, you could have gotten Steven, you could have gotten Flights, you could have Magic Mushroom. No, you get Ball of Bandage. Champion's Belt is a shop item. Damage up more champions. It's worth it. Damage up is good. It's good damage. Butt bombs. Concuss, hurt everyone in the room. They're good. And you get 5 bombs. It's like a better bomb effect than most of them. But not enough for A tier. Null Leaf, I hate Null Leaf. It's so boring. If you get it and use it well, you feel like a cheater. If you get it and never use it, it sucks. Oh, what is this one? This one you get hit, you get spiders. That's Infestation. Okay, now I'm gonna need to phone a friend here.
Don't look at me. I don't have 2,000 billion hours in this game.
I think it gives you spiders passively, which is fine. I don't like spiders. I like flies a lot more. Guppy's collar takes up Devil Room and probably does nothing for you. Counts towards Guppy, but you never get Guppy. You can find it in a chest. That's very good. That's the best outcome. But it's no better than C, and it's like really a D item because it never helps. Lost Contact Shielding Tears. Excellent item. With anything, any tears up, it's so good. With any, like, more shots, Soy Milk is a very good synergy. But that's like the only good synergy. And the problem is you have Soy Milk after that. You can't get hit, which is the worst outcome. This is Bloody Lust. Very good item. It's a Samson item. You get hit, more damage. That's why Samson's so good for new players. And it's still good if you have a blood donation, if you have IV bag, if you have Razor Blade, which you don't get it. Because you have to get from a Devil Room. Goat Head's good. You can find it in a shop. You can't find a shop. You find it in a chest. That's great. If you buy it, it's like, oh, I got too many red hearts. There's your output for putting your red hearts away. It's a B tier item. It tempts you into taking the deals more, which is cool. Makes for a more fun run. Ceremonial robes, just as good as this one. It's like the same item, almost. Damage up, soul hearts. Great. Mom's wig. It's fine. I don't really notice it too much, but I know it is there. It's an A tier item. Free spiders, free flies. Just from shooting. It's good. Placenta, boring, but it's a health up. It goes in B. Old bandage is better than your average health up. Very good blood donation. You'll almost certainly get your health out of it.
Certainly.
It's so good. It's good. You get hit, you get your hearts back.
Hearts back.
Hmm?
Hearts back.
Hearts back. Sad bombs. The game calls it quality 3.
No!
Quality 2.
It hits you more than it hits anything
No.
else.
The tears don't hurt you. And in fact, it's really funny if you have like Brimstone or Mom's Knife or like any of these.
Oh, well, what's the one that makes bombs into more bombs?
Scatter bombs. But
Sure.
I don't know where they are. It's not a
We'll get there.
bouncing tears are funny. It's really good with like tech, because that bounces off the wall. You're hitting things a lot. It's not S tier. Anti-gravity tears. It's tough. This is like the highest tears up you can get without destroying your damage output, like soy milk and almond milk. However, you have to tap the button. Which, with anything technology, with Brimstone, it doesn't even matter, because you're gonna hit them anyway. But with normal tears, it's kind of bad. But, plus 2 tears, come on. There's the other thing where if you take it, and your run goes bananas, this is just like, shoot. It's just like chocolate milk. But the thing is with chocolate milk is that it's much easier to put a chocolate milk. Because the idea of charging up a shot and releasing it is so much more enjoyable than creating a tier, or several tiers, and then letting go. And that's why it's much better. It's a B tier item. Pyromaniac, you love to get Pyromaniac. It's not a run winner, but it's just nice. You get the 5 bombs. Bombs heal you. Explosions heal you. A lot of enemies have explosions. A lot of bosses too. You might get healed from your bosses. That's so funny. Cricket's body, great item. Not S tier. But like very good A tier item. Very good. Gimpy. Gimpy is so good. Gimpy is an S tier item. It's old bandage, but it gives you soul hearts. Go to the arcade, you do the blood donation, you get so many soul hearts. You go to the devil, you get brimstone. There you go.
There I go.
Black Lotus, it's a health up. You get red health, soul health.
Don't look at me.
It's good. It's good. Piggy bank. When you get hit, you spawn coins. If you're the keeper, this sometimes happens. Unreliably. You get it and you forget about it. Just like Mom's Pouch. It's not good. Takes up shop pool, not good. This is a tears up. That's a special tears up too. This is an A tier item. It's your tears. Sometimes charm, which is like whatever. But then, it goes above the tier cap. You can get 5.5 tears per second. That's big. That's business. Monsters Lung, that's an S tier item. It's very rare to find a time where Monster's Lung hinders your run. It can only happen if you're playing as Tainted Eve, really. Where your tears rate shooting the shotgun spawns like a little guy in the meantime because you're holding it down for so long. That's not the good outcome, but you know when to not take it. Abaddon, that's a good item. It's not S tier, personally, and that's the spicy part. Turns all your health into soul hearts. Bethany can't take it. Gives you some soul hearts. Gives some demon hearts, I mean. Damage, speed up. I think it's like 1.5 damage, which... it should be an S, but I'm not huge on it. Slowing tears, just like that one. You're fine. Stopwatch. You love to see it. You love to see it. You find it in a shop, it's so much easier to dodge things. It's not a run winner. It's certainly S tier, though. Drawback, the music sounds worse. Tiny Planet. Tiny Planet is like my reflection, but sometimes it's good. If you have a good tears rate, very good. Very good. But you usually don't. C for situational. Infestation 2. That's just a great item. Initially not. If you ever get to any point where you can destroy a room before your spiders and flies get to it, that's when it's cooking. You just have a nuke that goes off on the boss. E. coli, you touch, and they turn into poop. When you get hit. Usually get hit. It's not good. Scythes used. They're piercing, already an S tier. Plus a damage up. It is a tears down. It's so good though. Key piece too, they're the same item. I mean, it'll win your Mega Satan run.
That's true.
It is more Angel Rooms. Angel Rooms are good. You always want them in greed mode. Well, depending. It's a special situation. This is a bad item. I take it because it's basement 1. They hand me this and I'm like, okay. Don't dock my damage down to 2.5. And that's exactly what it does. And then I contemplate quitting the game prematurely. Not a good item. Health down for Keeper. Health down for anyone. Tears down for anyone. Damage down for anyone. And then you get shot speed. Then you get speed. Then you get luck up. It's like, oh my god. Okay. This one doubles pickups. From a room. You'll get 2 soul hearts instead of 1. It's a good item. It's a good item. Infamy. Hard to go wrong with Infamy, really. You get it. Sometimes you don't take damage. That's an A tier item. Trinity Shield is hokey. I'm not gonna say it takes up Angel Room space, because, like, I'll take it. It's fine. Very good with the sword item. However, that doesn't happen very often. It's B tier. Sometimes it'll save you. Tech 5. That's S tier. It's just a bonus. You shoot lasers. Extra lasers. Whereas Tech 2, it's a laser always. These lasers just come out. It's like half a 2020. Without the damage down. Oh, look who it is. 2020 is an S tier item. It's not a run winner. It docks your damage. But it's very, very good.
If you're playing Afterbirth Plus, it's a run winner.
If you're playing Afterbirth Plus, is up here, no doubt. It's just double damage. And hardly any items get close to double damage. And the ones that do are up here. Secrets. This is just like Spelunker Hat. Except you can find them at the start of the floor, which can give you a clue of which direction to go if you want to finish the floor early, but it's not great. Where did I put Spelunker Hat? I think it's tier. It's like a fine item. You get it in the shop, and it's like cool. It's B. It's B. It should be with Spelunker Hat, but I couldn't find it. BFF. That's a tough one. If you're playing as Lilith, that's a run winner. If you have Twisted Pair, that's a run winner. But if you have, like, Little Steven, he becomes Big Steven, but what does that give you? You don't really find BFF that much anymore. Because I think you only get in shops. There's so many shop items. It's B tier for BFF. This one? Oh, what does this one do? There's so many, like, spiders. This might be the one that's a tier effect.
I
think it's a tier effect. I think it's, like, okay. I don't think it's a spider bite. It's fine.
That's the one that, like, doubles the damage of the guys, right?
Yes. This doubles the damage of spiders and flies. Burgers and fries. Which is good if you have, like, one of the items that makes a lot of those. If you're playing Keeper, that's a good item. If Keeper's Kin, that's a god item. There's options. From the boss pool. From a shop. You buy it. You always get this when you see it. It's an A tier item. Bogo Bombs. Bogo's Bombed. You don't really want to see it. Fine. Double bombs isn't really helpful, though. Because typically you have enough bombs. If you don't, getting any bomb upgrade you will. And the bomb upgrades help out a lot more long term. Starter deck. Situational. These two. Well, this one's worse, because pills are generally worse. They're equal. Only cards and only pills. If you get Tarot Cloth, and then accidentally pick up this one, it's no good. But I'm not going to hold it against it, that's the player's fault. Only cards is better, generally, but this would be funny. Luck with a health up is fine. This one's not great. Blood Clot. It's B. It's like half the damage up. And it doesn't really feel like a damage up, similar to Chemical Peel, or is it this one? These are like the same item. I think this one's better, but they're both not good enough. This is the tiers up. Go with the others. Flaming Bombs is fine. It's 5 bombs. It's not a great bomb effect. Because typically you blow something up, it's dead, the fire doesn't do anything. Or it moved out of the way, so the fire doesn't do anything. Firemind. can actively harm your run and will probably kill you. Same for missing though. You cannot re-roll missing though when you pick it up. If you play Tainted Eden, you will get this item, and you will never have Solace again in your run. Dark Matter, damage up and Fear Tears, that's just a good item. It's not that good though. Goes with the other damage ups. Fear isn't great. It can make it harder to predict where your enemies are going to go. You won't get hit from it, because I believe Fear means so they don't do contact damage. But it makes them take longer. Black Candle, I've always played Isaac with curses off. But if I didn't, it's an S tier item. And you get a Demon Heart. It's just a good item. Proptosis. I don't think it's a run winner like the others. But this is very close. You get Proptosis. Your tears do 6 times the damage right when they spawn. It's very, very good. However, that can be a pain to do if you're in a room where you can't get close to your enemies. That makes your tears a lot worse. But it's generally a very good item. Alright.
Bruh.
This one makes demons do more damage. Very situational. Takes up Devil Room. I think that'll knock it down to D. Clear
D for
Rune.
devil.
I don't like Clear Rune. Or Blank Rune. It's blank card for runes. If you get it, it will give you a rune. It depends how much you've done, really. Because if you get this, it gives you Soul of Lilith. You get a free familiar every, 12 rooms. That's very, very good. You pick it up and you get the one that spawns a trap door. It's like, bruh. It can be very, very good. It can give you Soul of Judas. There you go, you have a free Dagaz, plus you just run through enemies, they get stunned, you get a damage up for a very long time. It can't go any higher than B though, because you gotta get lucky with what it gives you. This is a good fly. I don't like how you have to get hit, but when you get hit, it'll mess everything up in the room, you won't get hit again. Dry Baby. I'm a Dry Baby fan, that's A tier. You get shot, it'll probably just kill everything in the room. Juicy Sack. Spawns that white stuff on the ground. Slowing Creep is worse than Slowing Tears, because the creep will not affect flying enemies. It will go in C tier with Gish, Little Gish, which is the familiar that makes enemies slow, because they're unreliable. The Slowing Tears is better. Wait, this spawns Slowing Creep too, I think. No, this gives... no, yeah. Bad. This is a great familiar. This is a great familiar. It is one of the best ones. It is probably S tier. The flies do a lot of damage. Rotten Baby is so good. Headless Baby is not good. It's C tier. It's the same problem. Creep doesn't affect that many. Leech. Leech is a good item. You can do a lot with it. But it's no better than B. If there's a blood machine, you get hearts, you get IV bag, you get blood bag. If you have IV bag, plus if you have infinite money. If you have patience, which a lot of Isaac players do, because they play Isaac every day. Mystery Sack gives you random pickup. Could be a bomb, could be a key, could be your coin. It's whatever. This one, this is worse than Bob's Brain, which is next. In which you don't aim it. it will bounce into something and explode. And you will probably get hit by it if you enter a room and then it immediately blows up. And then you want to stop playing. Bob's Brain is like D tier. Bob and his brain is terrible in co-op. But not many Isaac players have friends to play co-op with, so you don't do it. It will carry early bosses. You pick it up, do like a third, half of its damage. It's poisoned, it's halfway dead. You hit it with the tears, another one spawns, it's dead. That's fine. It's like C tier. But then, no. Because then you're just doing rooms to get to the boss, it's a pain, you gotta play around it, it's D tier. This is Best Bud, which is a fly that I think is similar to Smart Fly. I believe when you get hit it comes out and orbits you. It's fine. Little Brimstone is great. It's like Brimstone, but not connected to you. It's worse, and does less damage. But it's a good familiar. You buy it, you can get conjoined, it's great there. It's a good familiar. You will probably get it if you can. Isaac's Heart is a run loser. You're like, oh yeah, I can play around this. No, you can't actually. I'm afraid. Little Haunt. I'm a Little Haunt fan. It's B tier though. Dark Bum, almost always great. I'm never as big of a fan as everyone else. It's not S tier. It's not quality 4. Because it'll take your red hearts if you're not quick. And it'll give you a spider when you need a soul heart. It's like, stop that. It's like, no. This is a fine. It's not great. It's an orbital. I don't think it blocks tears either. Sussy long legs. Oh! It charms enemies it runs into, and it will spawn spiders sometimes. It's like Mom's wig. It's A tier. It's good. Decoy. Scapegoat. He looks really funny. He's B tier. How to jump. Jumping's alright. Whenever you get that one library pattern that has them all in the spikes, you can get the jumping one. Jump over to the other books, get Bookworm for free. That's good. That's the best outcome. Also, you can get pickups. It's a good spacebar. You will switch it out before your run is over, though. Okay, these two items. D100, D4. They will reroll everything you own. I don't think they reroll themselves. If you have the right mindset with either of these, you will win the run. They'll just keep re-rolling until it's like, oh cool, I have Brimstone and a pretty good damage and tier stat. I'm just gonna get Book of Revelations now and we'll be good to go. These are both win one run. They're just great. They have the capability, and if you don't want to re-roll, you don't. Of course, you miss out on an item because it's a spacebar you don't need. But you will win. If you find this and you've been getting a lot of these items, you got Celtic Cross from your Angel Room that's supposed to have Sacred Heart. You got your familiars. You got Cuba Meat twice. You re-roll it all, you might get some better stuff. If you don't, you re-roll again. This one re-rolls the tiles. It's worthless pretty much. This one, Blank Card, was nerfed and split in two. Cards are generally not as good as runes. There are the reversed cards, which can be great, but I guarantee that their charge time is very, very long. It's not worth it. I'm gonna give it C tier for card. You guys are so mad. Book of Secrets. It's like half of the map stuff. And also it takes up a space bar. It can't go higher than B. but it is better than these space bars. But it's not as good as most of these space bars. It's better than this one, but most of the other ones, no. Spider box, it's like C tier. You get spiders every now and then. You get quite a few spiders. It's good with this one. You can use it before a boss, but it's not a boss killer like Shoop the Whoop and Mr. Boom would be. So, it's like C. The candle, this is a great item. If used right, every room you can deal your damage stat like 5 times. And it goes through walls. It's just good. The jar. I don't think I've ever used the jar well. I know you can take hearts, put them in a super secret room, and you get eternal hearts, you get soul hearts. But that never happens. And then you're missing out on all these good items up here. This one, it's not terrible. If you were having trouble with a room, you hit the spacebar, they're all dead. It will not help you with bosses, though. And if you're having trouble with a room, you'll have trouble with the boss. But it will help you out. It's C tier. It's a tank Bible on its own. You will probably win the run. You will get devil deals every floor, whether or not you get a room. Because the treasure room, or the boss item, it becomes one. And then you pay for it with the soul hearts that you've been getting. You get the pact. You get the mark. You have Leviathan, you can fly, you get Brimstone finally, and you win. Very, very good. Head of Krampus, it's a Shoop the Whoop, but you will only use it against a boss, which in my opinion is way less fun. But still A tier. I think it does more damage too. This is Butterbean. Pay to win. Or Magic Fingers, Money Fingers. That... it's fine. If you have money, you save it up. Doing a mother run. You make it there, you hit the spacebar a lot, just like that. It'll be dead. Probably. With a good damage stat, it will die. If you don't have a good damage stat, it'll be almost dead. But it's really boring. And B tier loves boring items. Converter is an S tier item now. 1-for-1 is insane. If you somehow get backpack with any of these books, or with Crystal Ball somehow, you have so much red health. You go to the devil room, you get every item. Always. Even if it's not good. You're his favorite customer. And this, I don't even gotta say it with Tainted Juice, that's just more than our one run. Pandora's Box is almost always good. You will swap it with any spacebar you have down here, pretty much. Use it pretty quickly. I think Caves 1 gives you 2 soul hearts and a boss item, which for 15 coins, the admission price, that's good. That's another item. It's an item for an item, similar to how Present is, which Present is also going to be about A tier. It's just good. This is not a good item in the slightest. It's actually terrible. It gives you invincibility, which means Blood Machine, Demon, Beggar, it works there, but you can't run into things and deal damage. It just doesn't do anything. It's not even, I guess it's situational. It's better than these spacebars, that's for sure. Maybe not Necronomicon, but eh. Okay, these ones I might get mixed up. I believe this is Taurus, which you're running, sometimes you don't get hit.
I'm here.
Yo, sometimes you don't get hit just like that, it's fine. This is
Speed.
That's you're gaining
Speed.
speed, right?
Yes. Speed.
It can be up here, and it can be down here. If your run is bananas, you don't want it. But you'll take it. It's a good item. It's a pretty solid item. When you get invincible, chances are you'll get invincible in the boss fight, then the boss dies. No problem. Cancer is great. It's a health up. If you get hit in a room, you'll have the wafer effect. Very good for bosses. A tier. 3 soul hearts plus that. That's good. Leo, I'm not huge on it, actually. Probably one of the worst Star Sun items. Stompy is not helpful. Because if you have flight, you ruin your cover. You probably won't find a crawl space if you have Stompy. It just doesn't happen, I'm afraid. And then it could be a better item. Virgo is like PhD. I think almost identical. No. You know the pills, they aren't always good. And I think it's a health up too. Libra, I don't like Libra. It's almost never great. When it is great, you pick it up and for the rest of the run you're just average. And then it gives you get a damage up, it gives you shot speed. But if you get shot speed up, it gives you damage. It's tough. Typically it's not worth it. But it does give you a lot of pickups, that's the best part. Poison Tears. Not the best effect. But good. I welcome the item. It's big damage against the not boss enemies. Sagittarius Piercing. Up here. Right there with Cupid's arrow. Capricorn, great item. All stats up, probably one of the better stats up. Aquarius is alright. It's the same issue with Creep. However, this can synergize with your tier effects, and that is very good. However, most bosses are either flying or they don't move. The ones that you'll have trouble with. Like Satan doesn't move, and he flies. Blue Baby, Isaac, Hush. Beast, you can't get creep on. Mother will be affected by it, phase 2. But against normal enemies, it doesn't hurt. Enemies that chase you just get destroyed by it. And then Tears Up and Knockback, that's just a good item. Tears Up, Knockback helps too. Eve's Mascara. I don't know why it calls it a quality 1 item. It's a pretty heavy tears down, but you get double damage. It's like a worse Polyphemus, which Polyphemus is really good. It goes in S tier for me, honestly. Judas Shadow. If you die, you get double damage, you become Tainted Judas. It's a great item. I don't have any real complaints, except for if you're trying to unlock Cepheus, don't take it, but it is inherently a good item. Maggie's Bow, your average health up. Good if you're relying on red health a lot, because it'll double those hearts into double hearts, so it'll take your half hearts into normal hearts. It'll double your health up. Not enough to go into A, though. Holy Mantle, that's not a run winner, I'm afraid. Actually, it is. Very much so. If you get hit in a room, this is why Lost works as a character. You're not often going to get hit in the same room twice. You get hit once, your mantle goes. You don't lose Devil Deal. You don't lose anything. You don't lose perfection. You keep mantle. You make it out, it's back. Free curse rooms. It's so good. Health up, speed down, it's fine. It's not C tier. That's a run loser. Reverse homing tears. It's not good. This is also very bad. I like what it does to your tears. It's like a different version of chocolate milk. However, you charge it up, you let go, but you get hit while you're charging up. There goes all the damage you've done to the boss. This is the same as an Aquarius. It can be very good, but it usually doesn't affect what you really want, which is boss. Gemini is pretty good. I would put him in B tier. Because if you're being overwhelmed by enemies trying to melee you, it'll fend them off. He looks funny.
I'm back for real now.
Awesome. Gemini's
That's
B.
high.
I am a Gemini as well. That's cool. This is glaucoma. Concussive tears. It's terrible. Blue Baby's only friend is a controllable hitbox. Almost like Ludovico. And is also pretty bad. Samson Chains can break rocks for you if you need them. It's free soul hearts if you're caring enough to get every tinted rock with it. But it's kind of hard to use well in combat. It does block tears. I'll put it in B. Mongo Baby. That's a good familiar. It shoots often. It copies any better familiars you have. It's good. Isaac Tears are terrible. You spend more time using the item than shooting, which charges the item. Undefined. Situational teleports you to treasure room, boss room, or the error room. Which if it takes you to the error room, you can't go back out. Unless you have battery, but it could keep you there. Or a fool card. It's situational. Normal scissors are terrible. Breath of Life is a run loser. And it takes up the angel room too. So many items. Polaroid? I mean, aside from you need it, it's not great. This one's better. It's a damage up. It's a Steven. What can I say?
I'm a Steven fan.
I'm a Steven fan. Ludovico is usually not a good item to take. And when it is, it's really boring. C tier. Soy milk is always going to mess up your run.
Squiddy.
I don't think there's ever a time where I've taken it and I'm not like God and then my run gets better. It always gets worse. Godhead is a run winner. It's pretty close to not being a run winner. Because you get tears down, but you get damage up by quite a bit. And then the homing tears and then the aura. It's such an iconic item. I think of Isaac, I think of Godhead. Look at it. It's such a good item. And Brimstone. Lazrags. It's a revive item. It's better than Blue Baby. But not great. Because the problem is if you die as these two to a boss, you come back. How are you going to win against that boss you just died to if you have like 1 or 3 hearts? The Mind is an excellent item. That's an S tier item. Everything for the map is perfect. 3 health up. Typically not as good as it sounds. If you're to the point of an angel room, you will probably have like 3 to 4 red hearts. And then quite a few soul hearts. If you get the body, you're up to 7 to 6 red hearts. And you have so many soul hearts, you're gonna hope for a devil room with how much health you have. And for just a health up, it's like too much. Slow down. The soul is fine. I feel like the shield doesn't ever help too much, but it's 3 soul hearts. It's an A tier. It's pretty close to S. Does it give 2 or 3? Doesn't really matter, but it's an S tier item. You're happy to see it. Very much so. Dead Onion is very good. You get... I don't think they're piercing. I do think they're piercing. You get spectral and piercing tears, which are big and move slowly, and that's very good with a lot of synergies. And I feel like shot speed is a better stat to have down than up. This is a bad item. It could ruin your run, too. This is a
No.
item. I don't think I've ever used the boomerang to any good degree. Ever.
Ever.
It's a range up, but it gives you a demon heart, which isn't good at all. The best upside is that the next floor, if you got this basement 1, the next floor you probably will not lose your devil chance, because you'll have that demon heart. Unless you get hit 3 times, but then it's hopeless, man. What are you doing? It's also just good to have a demon heart. No. Caffeine pill is wherever the other ones are. Equally, The pill typically doesn't help. It can also bring your speed back down. Torn Photo has the tears up. Good item. This is a health and tears up. Doesn't bring it to S tier, but it is just as good as Squeezy. Just as good. Latchkey is sort of similar to Safety Pin. But I'd say giving a key is better than giving... No, this is a better item. I don't think it's A tier, because really, come on, it's luck, 2 keys, and a soul heart. But it's better. The 2 keys will help more, and luck is a better stat than range. Not by much. I believe Matchbox is 3 bombs, sometimes that you get a troll bomb instead. And then you get a trinket for more bombs, and a luck or range up. It's worse than the bomb pickups. Synth oil, this is where we're talking. This is A tier. Right next to the purple stuff. I don't know what Dinu's doing here. We had all the other, boring ass health ups a while ago. Diplopia is great. I would put it in S tier, personally. You can buy it for 15 and use it in that same shop. You'll probably get your money back. And then you'll have the other shop item twice if you want. Or you can save it, get the devil deal, not trade for the devil deal, but just get both items, which likely you're going to have one of these items in there. Sometimes you'll have some worse ones, but you'll get them for free pretty much. Or you get an angel room, get some of those, get some of these. It's a good time. Diplopia is great. Placebo gave me my first game break, but ever since I don't think I've ever used it to any meaningful degree, especially with Repentance making it far harder to use. It's like a C tier item. For a space bar, it's like am I gonna do this Hammond casual?
I can tell you.
Maybe not. I'll look at the reactions when it is and join. Wooden Nickel. You never buy this unless it's greed mode. It's not a good item at all. As Keeper, you start with it, and it's great. But then also, as Eve, you start with Whore of Babylon, and it's cool. Toxic Shock is an amazing item. It will kill almost every room you walk into until Womb. And that's just very, very good. This is not a good item, but it's a fine space bar. I would much prefer Shoop the Whoop or perhaps Mr. Boom, Doctor's Remote. But Giga Beam, you can get secret rooms. It's 4 rooms, charge time though. And also it's kind of tough to predict where the shockwaves go. It's not great. Glass Cannon. I'm a Glass Cannon fan. Until I get hit. Then I'm not.
Yeah.
One big tier, it recoils you a bit. And you will probably get hit. But the big tier pierces and does quite a bit of damage. It'll help you out at the start. The problem is, if you pick it up early, you can't put it down until you find a spacebar. And that's a problem. This one will hurt you, but it's 5 bombs. And also, if you can remember that you have Bomber Boy, when like you pick it up in basement 2, you're all the way in womb, it's like, I think there's a secret room here. If you remember not to stand right next to it, the bombs do a lot of damage. They can kill late game bosses pretty easily. This is a health up with a trinket, which is usually better than stem cells or magic scab. Not much more. This is a luck up with a soul heart. You don't really want to see it. What's a soul heart? It's the same conundrum as safety pin, which would really be down here. It's whatever. Car battery has like a few good synergies, but those synergies are very, very, very good. And the other ones don't matter. You get double soul hearts from Book of Revelations, but then at the same time, it's like you get double the jump with how to jump. It's like, okay, that doesn't do anything. But you get a shop, it's harmless. It's B tier. Box of Friends. If you are Lilith, that is the best item aside from BFF. Couldn't hope for anything better. You start with it. And if you get rid of it, you're gonna die. However, if you'll notice, familiar, 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 familiar. And how many good familiars are there? There's like 3. Having more of them, if they all suck, is like not helpful at all. For a spacebar, no. This is a run loser. No one likes to shoot diagonally. It's good with tractor beam. You essentially have 20/20 with this guy, but that only happened once. It was fun though. Or whatever. This is a good item. It's probably S tier. It's like one of the few damage ups that isn't absurd that will go in S tier. Because knockback and the nail tiers, they just hit different than normal tiers, you know. You really hit him. Hit him hard. Incubus is an excellent item. You should get it when you see it. It's like a 20/20. Little disjointed, but that's okay. This... What is it? Oh, I know what this is. This is a familiar, it's like Incubus, but diet. In some ways it's better. In some ways it's not. If you have Polyphemus, your tears rate's garbage. The difference between this and Incubus is that this has a constant tears rate, or this will just shoot a tear like every second with your damage. This one will take exactly what you're shooting and shoot that. Which can make this better and can make it worse. If you have Polyphemus, you're shooting those tears every second. Which we would be shooting like every second and a half. Like, great. But it's worse, usually. Because Polyphemus is one item, and look at all these tears up. Toy chest is just like the question mark sack. Almost identical, I think. Gives you stuff every now and then. Typically not helpful. This one, I think it makes your orbitals spin faster. I think it's the one where if you block enough projectiles with it in a room, it'll give you an eternal heart, but that will make you get hit by doing it. It's B. It's fine. It's C. Takes up Angel Room. It's not great. It's not like Seraphim is. this one, I think spins around you, somewhere to these two, which should be... No, I think they're in B. I get health up, like that's equal. This one is Best Bud. What fly effect is this one? I don't know. I think this one appears when you get hit. And it's not as good as Smart Fly. It's not good. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Bro.
There's so many items.
Bro.
Scatter bombs. This one you will get hit. It's 5 bombs though. But it's like a bad bomb effect. Like you can work around it and they're very powerful, if you remember.
B for bad.
In a tight spot, typically doesn't work. But with like any other bomb synergy, you're gonna destroy everything. Like think of this with brimstone bombs, you win. These are also bombs. They stick to your enemies. They're pretty good. Epiphoria will get you hit. It isn't good. Okay. Continuum is a cool item that does almost nothing. You get it's like, oh yeah, you get it for the spectral tiers, really. Also a range up, like who cares? This is a great tiers up, probably one of the best. Maybe it's S tier, who knows? Your standard 0.7 tiers up, but you get 3 hearts.
Random hearts.
And while very rarely you will get 3 red hearts, like bruh, you can also get 3 spirit hearts, 3 demon hearts. Typically it's like 2 spirit hearts and 1 red heart. And like that's fine. That's the same as a squeezy. This is not a good item. It's not a run loser, necessarily. I feel like whenever you get hit, the bombs appear. Personally, I won't get hit by the bombs, but the enemies will, and then the room is done. Little battery. Nothing to complain about. Free charge sometimes freezes the enemies in the room. It's not great though, because it doesn't give you extra charge when you would need it after all the rooms are done. Deadeye is a great item. It's just S tier. Double damage. It's very lenient too. Holy Tear is one of the best tier effects in the game. Probably a run winner if you're like lost and you have perfection. Because then you're shooting beams of light every shot, everything dies. Host hat? Host hat's A tier. Upper A. It's like close. 1 in 5 chance when you get hit, you just don't. And then you're immune to explosions. Restock. It's not an item you don't want to see. It's that it's not as good as it was long time ago. Because the items just get so expensive so quickly. You can get 2 items and it's like, okay, it's too expensive, let's get out of here. But more items, your run's probably going to be better. Even if those items are like down here, it'll still help. Bursting Sack. I believe this is a... something bomb upgrade, maybe. Something with spiders. It's like cool. Number 2, I believe this is one of the best items you can get in the game. Basement 1, treasure room. Full step. You have infinite bombs now. You hold the tiers button. You aim for 2 seconds, enter a room, you drop a poop bomb, push it away, it explodes like the enemies are halfway dead. A second one, they will guarantee die. Until like depths It's so good. Free bombs for the rest of the run. It typically almost never will get you hurt because there's an audio cue. It just pushes out of the way, and then look. The boss just got hit by your bomb and did like so much damage. Are you gonna complain over that? No. Such a good item. Wide tiers. No one cares. You spend 15 coins to get pay to play. You will get 5 coins back. It's a 10 coin item that makes keys for like rooms. You don't need it anymore. It's fine. It's a fine item. Eden's Blessing. It's a tears up and your next run is better. Opens up the door for some very hokey things if you do Tainted Cane stuff. If you get multiple of them, your next run is very good to start with. Unless, of course, you start with Cursed Eye. Then you hit the R key. Pokeball? I don't like it. It is a worse version of Friend Finder. Because they just do whatever. They don't follow your movements. They just do whatever, man. Tears Detonator is a nothing item. The bomb detonator can be alright. You can leave bombs down on like the mom fight and then detonate them all at the same time, it's dead. And also you get 5 bombs with the tear detonator doesn't work. It's terrible. Little Gertie is like not great, but not bad. C tier. Bumbo D12 is pretty good. Just kidding. I believe this one rerolls like rocks. While you can get more skulls to get demon hearts and depths, it's like very situational to the point where I'd rather have almost anything else. Sensor. It's a good item. You will not get hit as much by projectiles. Sometimes it can mess up fights, like the beast fight. But if you know you're going beast, you just don't take it, you take the other angel item. Maybe it's a little worse. Maybe you get like Sworn Protector, but it's like, it's fine. You have the alternative, or you just don't take it. Key Bum is like a nothing item. Rune Bag is a great item, actually, because there's a lot of very good runes in the game now. Oh, the Soul Stones are very good. There's not a bad one. Which buffers that pool from plus a Soul Heart, no curses. That's good if you suffer through curses. But not great if you get the rune that's like, you can go to the next floor. It's like, I don't want to go to the next floor. Now you get the better ones more often. It's very good. Seraphim is an excellent familiar. It's Little Steven, but far better. Does 10 damage per shot. Rotten Baby's S tier, this one is too. They operate very similarly. Because they're both going to hit very often and do quite a bit of damage. Betrayal is a nothing item. This is not marked. Is it Zodiac? I think this is Zodiac. Yes, it is. Zodiac isn't great. It's unpredictable. You have to figure out every floor what it gave you. And a lot of the Zodiac items, like, they range a lot through all the tiers, really. But the good ones only help so much, and the bad ones can be tough to play around. Like, you learn that you just had Leo, and then you get hit because of it. It's like a C tier item. Serpent's Kiss. Poison Tears. Wherever Scorpio is, it's going to be right there with it. And then sometimes you get a good old... You get a Demon Heart. Good for you. A tier. Marked. Bad item. It gives you tears up, but it's not worth it like how anti-grav is. Tech X, that's a run winner. It might be one of the best items in the game.
That is a good one, guys.
If you had
Big item.
one item and beat the game, it probably wouldn't be Tech X, but that would be up there. If you could pick 2 items, it certainly would be one of the 2. This one is terrible. It's just a nothing item. You set up a portal. It's a spacebar though. It saves time, but come on, who's not playing without good trip? Tractor beam. Tractor beam's good. You know when you want it, and you know when you don't. And if you don't want it, your run is good enough to where you can skip out on a treasure room item. But it's a tears up, and it makes it so you basically have tech where you shoot a beam, and then it has some pretty cool synergies too. This is a bad 2 effect item. Maw of the Void is a great item. It's S tier. It has a similar issue to Revelation, to where if you have Brimstone, Mom's Knife, anything with charging, like Chocolate Milk 2, you never ever use it because your charge length is shorter. And you want to fire more than you want from all the void. Sphere of Destiny is, see? I don't think I remember any times where it's, like, helped out. And it takes up Angel Room. It's like, come on. Explosivo. Sticky Bomb Shot is interesting. I think it's a good tier effect. It's not like Fire Mine where it explodes instantly. You can react to it. And it hurts them a lot. It's B. Because you still have to play around it. It's a danger to you. Chaos is a fun item. But I don't know if you want to take it early. You would always take it late game. It's so fun. You have your good items. But if you can get reliable devil deals, but then you go to the devil deals and it's like, here's Little Steven and Iron Bar for a heart each. And it's like, oh, good. It's A. It's a good item. Spider Mod is nice to have. However, when you start playing the game, you begin to find out generally how many shots an enemy will take, and it becomes less helpful, but it's nice. It's a nice item. I'll take it usually. But in a shop, it's like, I don't really need it. Farting Baby. Farted. Whoever Dry Baby is, it's like a tier below it. Where's Dry Baby? It's like B tier. No, it's D tier. It's not good. It doesn't really do anything. GB Bug. Rerolls enemies and pickups. It's like okay in greed mode and not good anywhere else. You will reroll your coin into a coin. D8 changes your stats. It's a fun item. It's risky. It's a little risky. It's a little spicy. It's better than those dice. I think it's a C tier though. Because you never want the chance that your tears or damage will go down. Especially when they're at their default stat. That's just not good. Purity is a good item. All of the outcomes are great. Except for the range one. You can get a lot of damage up. A lot of speed up. A lot of... Or like a little bit of luck. And a lot of range. And 2 of those are good. 2 of them are very good, actually. I think there's a tears up one that's less good. A Thame. A Thame is a fun item. It is... When you get hit, something happens. But that something is very strong, actually. You get hit, a brimstone ring appears around you, That'll kill almost any boss in one or two Athames, and you tend to be able to get hit one or two times. Or you can get hit like many times, likely, in a boss. Not good against multiple phases, like it wouldn't be good against Beast, but Blue Baby, I think Mother would be good against. Pretty much anything else. Not Hush, not Delirium either. But yeah, it's a good item. Black Vessel. This one gives you like 3 soul hearts to begin with. It's a devil deal, so you spend your red heart on 3 soul hearts. That's already like an equal trade. That's a Guppy's Paw. And then, if you're at 1 red heart or less, or like empty red heart, you have flight. And a chance to trigger just a shield every now and then, where you just can't get hit. It's very good. Evil Eye is pretty okay. It's not great. It's a tier effect. It's a rare tier effect. It doesn't happen often. When it does, it doesn't really do anything either. Lusty Blood is great. Good against bosses because they almost always summon something. Good against most rooms. It's just a good item. Cambion Conception is a lot better than the Angel alternative, but I wouldn't put it higher than B. And so I'd put this one in C. And then I'd put There's Options in A, along with the other one. They both do very similar things. The boss and treasure room pools are pretty similar. The boss one's a little better. But they're not both, neither of them are great. To the extent where it's like super S tier PogChamp when you get them. It's like, that's a good item. And it is. You'd be right. Crown of Light is S tier. Double damage. Can't complain. Well, if you get hit, you can, but... Deep Pockets. I'm gonna put it in B. Because you can get 3 lucky pennies, you can get 3 nickels, 3 dimes. It's good. You get a lot of money. And money is good in this game. Because even after shops, you can get the coin beggars. That's a free health up usually. Which, Devil Room be wanting those. You can get a good item usually. It's a good item. Succubus is great. That's an A tier item. Might be S tier. I think it is S tier. Mainly because it'll take out most rooms. It has an area effect that just hurts things. Very good. Fruitcake is a good item. Every tier effect is personalized. It's B. Generally, your tiers will be stronger than they would without it. There is a slight chance of Fire Mind, and that's scary. But you can play around it, and it usually won't hurt as much as taking Fire Mind directly would. And it certainly benefits more because you can get Holy Light shots, you can get Godhead, you can get Scythe Tears. It's very good. Teleport 2 is a great item. If you're patient, you will get an error room every floor. You'll get the secret rooms, maybe even a devil room. If you didn't get it normally. It's good. Black Powder is pretty terrible. I never seem to get it to do anything, and then it costs a heart to get. It's just not good. Not good. This is a bean. It charms enemies. It's terrible. This is a great spacebar. It's an undo button. If you mess up a room royally, if you enter a treasure room, you don't like the item, you can get your planetarium chance instead. It's a great item. I think it's S tier, honestly. This is a Ring of Protection. It will hurt enemies. Not by much at all. It's negligible and it takes up the angel room, but it's not terrible. And I'll take it. Sackboy's great. This is an S tier item, honestly. You get Sackboy, you're never worrying about pickups. You'll always have bombs, you'll have keys, you'll have coins. So good. And you'll get some charge out of it, too. Nightlight. Nightlight is a worse version of Sensor. I'll give it B. It would be A if it aimed on your tier. Or like where you're facing. But it moves where you're moving. Obsessed Fan is C tier. Only because of enemies and bosses that will follow you will be destroyed by it. And there's quite a few that follow you. Enemies especially. And it'll hurt them and it'll be good. Minecrafter is like Mr. Boom. You can even hit the space bar. It spawns it. I didn't know this. But you hit spacebar again, it'll explode. And it's just like a tier detonator. And does quite a bit of damage too. PJ's is full health, 4 soul hearts. That's the same as a health up to me, little better. Almost A tier. Good item. Head of the Keeper. Can't go wrong with it, honestly. That's a lot of coins. They build up. Very, very good in greed mode. Already good in normal mode. Great stuff. Fly turret. You can get it. Pop a fly. It's like Obsessive Fan, but arguably better because it'll shoot at things, but like still not good enough for B tier because I would much rather have these items than these ones. This is a good item. Multi-dimensional baby. If you get it from a treasure room, that's good. If you see it in a devil room, that's bad. You shoot through it, double tier. It's double damage. And it's pretty easy to shoot behind you because most bosses or enemies will trail you. You'll shoot them. Or you're fighting Blue Baby. He's sitting there. You spawn in the room. You immediately start shooting right. You're shooting double tiers at him. You move forward. You stop shooting double tiers. But then you move back. And you're doing it again. And you can easily get these double tiers pretty often on bosses and enemies to where it is definitely worth B tier at minimum. I would put it in A, but it's a little touchy. Glitter bombs. They're never fun. You get 5 bombs, so it's up here with the other bombs. But glitter bombs are boring. You don't get enough stuff from them, and they don't help your damage. So it's not worth it. This is Shadow. It is just like Obsessed Fan. It's not Judas' Shadow. The jar is like a decent boss killer. Not as good as Shoot the Whoop or bombs, but hey man, 20 flies against a boss will probably kill it in Basement 1, Caves 1. Not depths. Little Loki, bad. Bad familiar. The 4 tiers never matter. Milk is almost identical to It Hurts. You get tears up for the room when you get hit. I don't like getting hit personally. I don't like it. Then we got D7. D7 rerolls the enemies we're fighting to allegedly equally strong if not weaker ones. What happens is you fight ones that are much later down the game. They just happen to have around the same health, and it's a mess actually. Enemies play off each other in their like enemy pool. You get some from Gehenna in Depths 1. It's gonna be a pain. Binky is fine. You're smaller, you got a soul heart. What's not to love? It's A tier. Mom's box, it's a solid item. It's just pretty good. It's a good space bar. You'll ditch whatever you're having likely. You'll at least get a trinket out of it. Whether it's good enough to take the box, that's up to you. It's a good item. This is the kidney stone. It's a good item. It's weird. You have to stop firing. It'll make you stop firing. But then you'll fire a lot. Much more than you would otherwise. Very high DPS, very good against bosses. But it's weird. This is a run winner. Personally. It will kill any boss. It goes for like 30 seconds. It goes between rooms. You'll destroy a floor. It's like Mama Mega. You're pretty much invincible while you're using it because you can just destroy everything. It's pretty rare though. Dark Prince's crown. Very conditional. Very situational. You have to have one heart. You can't have no hearts. One red heart. For it to work, and the bonus is like a damage up and a speed up. It doesn't give you tears and the damage isn't enough. If you pick up another health up, go away. Unless you have some way to get that red health back down to 1. Which if you have a blood machine, there you go, but it's so hard to keep up with. You accidentally pick up a heart, there goes your bonus, it's such a pain. Razor Blade is just like Tooth Love. I think they're almost identical, and they're definitely both A tier effects. More damage, evens out. Goes with luck pretty well, it happens pretty often. Lead Pencil's great. You get a passive monster's lung, like every 15 shots. Not good with anything that destroys your tears rate, like this one. Any charge effects are bad, but it's good otherwise. And if not, it'll still happen. Just not often. Dogtooth, amazing item. Free crawl spaces. It'll tell you when you get crawl space. It'll tell you where the secret rooms are. Plus, it's a speed up. Plus, it's a tiny damage up. Very good item, not anything to claim about. This one's bad. It's this bad, actually. Because you shoot, there's a tiny little aura around you where things get poisoned, but poison isn't even a good effect. It won't even kill them, and it's such a small radius. This... I swear this is a trinket. What's this is Polydactyl. This is like a freeze beam, I think. This is a run ruiner. This is just about as good as Infamy. You got a soul heart with it too. 1 in 5 chance you don't take damage. I've Greed. It can ruin your day. It can make your day. Generally, I don't find myself making a profit, though. Not like Head of the Keeper. As to the point where, like, you will never have money again if you shoot tears. Which, in Isaac, you actually do that pretty often. Tarot Cloth is great. A lot of cards and runes benefit from being doubled to the point where it's very, very good. You'll often purchase it just to have it. It's just like, oh yeah, I can afford it. Like, you won't even have a good card, but you'll know it's coming. This one makes enemies explode into tears that allegedly copy your tear effects, but they don't. It's pretty distracting, too. And it never seems to kill things and make, like, a chain. So it's like there. Brittle Bones replaces your hearts with 6 bone hearts that are empty. But when you lose a bone heart, it's a permanent tears up. It's good. If you know what you're getting into, it's good. And often I won't find myself taking it, but it's a good item. If you're playing as Forgotten, it's a gimme. because even if you lose some of those bone hearts, you're getting tears up, and then you'll probably be back around the default 3 that you start with. It's a good item.
Game's not end.
I think you should not do it with 8 bots next time.
No, it's too funny.
Is it really?
Yes.
What's so funny about bot 4 drawing a random card?
It's iconic.
You sure?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I can't beat that, you're sure.
I realized I'm muted. Finger. All these items, they're like a health up, defensive, nothing spectacular except for I have Belial and Sinus Infection. This is one of the best tier effects in the game. This is piercing and homing tiers. And a damage up. It's almost one running, but not almost not quite there. This is shade whenever you get hit. No, this one has the followers. It's just where is it? It's just like this one. Depression is not great. It's another follower that gives creep, and that's not a good thing. The creep is like Aquarius. Sometimes it makes a holy light. It's alright. Same as Aquarius, I'd say, because it deals damage. Hushy, terrible item. Very minimal damage. Uncontrollable. Bad item. Little Monstro is a great familiar. Does a lot of damage. Carries you early. King Baby, don't talk to me. It's just not good. Ruins all your familiars so they don't follow you. They instead follow something following you, which is not good. It's like Lil Chub. It's actually a pretty good familiar, but not great. They're very similar. Plan C. Plan Yeah, Plan C. I don't think I've ever gotten to use it in a good way. You get it on a floor where you have a better space bar, you use it against the boss, and then leave the room. Cool. You probably could have done the boss easily anyway, though. D1, it's a very, very good item. If you choose to play it, you will win the run. You just will. It's a double soul heart when you want it. It can be double everything if you happen to duplicate a pill that is, it gives you energy, 48-hour energy. Very, very, very good. Kind of boring though, but it will win you a run. Void. It's good. It's good because there's a lot of bad items, and it will turn them into something likely shot speed or luck, but maybe not. Maybe damage or tears. And also, it will collect any spacebars and duplicate their use whenever you use it. It's good. This is the pause button. Not helpful. This is Smelter. Good item. You can buy it, use it once, and leave it behind, and it'd still be worth it, honestly. Because it's essentially just double trinket room like that. And double trinkets are like down here. But this, you carry it, you can get more than one. And trinkets can be pretty good. Compost, don't think I've ever used it ever. Data miner isn't even good at all. It is a experimental treatment for one room. And that's a terrible item already, and also it makes the game look terrible. Clicker? I've never actually used it to much degree. It removes the last item, and it turns you into a random character. It can be good, I assume, if you're just playing to win. But if you're unhappy with the character you are, then why did you pick them? If you're not trying to unlock anything, is a good question. It could be run ruining, but it's just kind of not good at all. This is an S tier item. Very, very good. You buy it, you use it, or you buy it, keep it with you, and just demolish the next floor. It's so good. This is wait what? It's pretty good. It's a pretty good spacebar. It'll mess up bosses for sure, but you never really see it. Crooked Penny. It's a very fun item. And I believe it to be A tier because there's a lot of options to use it. And it's up to you. And although it feels like you will get one coin, if you go to a shop, see like, okay, it's whatever, and you can't even afford it anyway, you may as well Crooked Penny the shop. You get duplicate everything, awesome, or you get a coin, which is like, whatever, I wasn't gonna buy anything anyway. Okay, what's next? Dull Razor. I've never really seen this item pop up much. I unlocked it, and I'm like, this is a cool item. And it is, because there's a lot of items that are about you getting hit to activate. And if you get one of those, this is worth carrying, I'd say. It's situational. But there's a lot of items that give you good effects when you get hit, but you don't want to get hit, obviously. You'll probably lose your Devil Deal, you'll lose health, first of all. And then it's just like, you don't want to get hit. Come on, man. But with Dull Razor, you can just bypass that. Potato Peeler is a very, very good item. Gives a lot of options to the run. You can see it, not use it. It usually appears in the shop. You can see it, not buy it. You can see it, use it once to get an orbital, which is like fine, it'll block tears sometimes. Or you can use it if you have a lot of health, which there's a lot of health ups in this game. Look at all these guys. And then you'll just get a very, very good follower. Super Meat Boy. With him, you should win, unless you fight a final boss that flies or whatever. He doesn't target, like Mega Satan, I think, and Beast both aren't. But it's very good. Gives a lot of options. I like it, and the damage with it, so good. Metronome. I mean, it's better Dead Sea Scrolls. Give it a B. I'll give it a C. Likely it's nothing gonna hinder you, but, you know. D Infinity is wherever D6 is. It's all of them. Likely just a D1 or a D6 for you, though. But still very good. Eden's Soul is a very good item. You can get it on a floor, not take it. Or you can get on a floor and take it. And then use it in a secret room, maybe get rock bottom, get some real good stuff, use it in an angel room, use it anywhere, but like, of course not treasure or boss room, because you want those room-based items. But it gives you a lot of options. It's a very good item. It's like, you might not take it if you have some of these space bars, but this is the gateway to getting up here, pretty much. Acid Baby, it's alright. Pills aren't great, but they can be if you get PhD or Virgo. But still. Hey Listen, free secret rooms, a luck up, and free crawl spaces. I give it a B. I'm happy to see it. It's good. This is Adrenaline, I think. Which, based on how many empty red hearts you have, your health go, or your damage and speed go up. But you don't often have empty red health. It'd be good with Eve. And I guess if you have it, you can be aware Eve's blood mode donation. But it goes on a squared level, which means, and it starts out pretty low, which means you need a lot of empty hearts for it to really make a difference. Which does make it situational. It's not bad though, and it counts to its fun. Jacob's Ladder is an S tier item. Splash damage, really good. And kind of homing tiers, if you land a tier near an enemy, it'll damage it for part of the damage. It's a good item. Ghost Pepper is very good. Very good tier effects. I will call it S tier. They block shots. They can stack, do tons of damage. Very, very good. Euthanasia is a good tier effect. It happens a little too infrequently for me to put an S. But I do think it's an A tier item. Because that chance to insta-kill is very cool. And can kill things that normally can't be killed, which is also cool. Feels good. It's a terrible item. It's just not good. I'm sorry. Camo Wendy's, you enter a room, they won't target you, but you have to shoot in order to kill them. But that's when it goes away. Terrible. Duality. If I see Duality in an Angel pool, I probably won't take it. Because if I'm going Angel, I'm going Angel. But there's always the chance that it'll go Devil, because it'll give me one. Unless I really, really need the Angel rooms. Or one way or another. I need one or both. You can take this and you'll get both. Which, it's a good option, but I feel like you wouldn't take it over most other things. Like, you'd see, likely, something up here, hopefully this guy, when you enter, and you'll take that instead, obviously. Eucharist is Goat Head, but only for Angel rooms. Goat Head does both. However, you'll probably get from a Devil room. This is a fine item. You can find it pretty rarely. You can take it from an Angel room, and then you'll get more Angel rooms, which I don't usually like doing, because I'll get more anyway, sometimes. But it's a good... You should take it. When you see it, the first Angel room, you should take it. Because Angel rooms are amazing. However, if you have a Bananas run, you take it, then you're never going to get Devil rooms, ever, for the rest of the run, which is kind of lame. And you will miss out on a lot of good items, but it's, for a normal run, it's great. Sack of Sacks, it's A tier. More Sacks. Sacks is a lot of pickups, it can be charged, it's good. Greed's Gullet, excellent as Keeper. Fine everywhere else, it's more health based on your coins. Combos well with money equals power, but that's about it. Large Zit is a tier effect, I'm pretty sure. But I don't remember what it does, which means it's average probably. I think it'll place a little thing on the ground whenever you hit an enemy and it acts like a landmine, but it's not great. This is a great tier effect though. Bighorn shows up in. It's basically Euthanasia, but better. Not enough for S2 though. Brown Nugget. It's just bad. It's just not good. I'm sorry. Just isn't great. Pokego is pretty solid. You can summon this, which is the Brimstone enemy laser, which will just sort of kill any boss, likely. It'll enter the boss room, it'll just shoot at the boss, and it'll probably die unless it is a boss that will jump at you and will have iframes. For being like a quality 0 item, it's very good. Terrible. It's a tier effect, I believe, that your tears will make your enemies start bleeding, which will get rid of 10% of their health every 5 seconds, which is like, wow, that's really good. The problem is, that's 50 seconds to take out an enemy on that timer alone. Most fights in the game will not take longer than 20 if you've got a decent run going. And I don't think it works on most bosses where you want it to work. Sharp Straw. It hurts everyone in the... It's baseline better Necronomicon. More than that, it gives you red health. And it doesn't use charge, you can use it every room. It's like a worse Toxic Shock. Which, I'll give it A. That's a good spacebar. Early game, you don't want to take it with you. Mom's Razor is fine. It's an orbital, I think it blocks tears. Does a lot of damage if you get up close, but that's never really how I played. It's fine. It's not something I really want to take, though. Peeper is bad. It's like Hushy, but little better, but still terrible. This is the Delirium item that is not this one. This is the spacebar. Summons a boss. Too bad it breaks very, very often. And is actually terrible. I'm pretty sure the boss it summons can also hit you. Which, yikes. Angry Fly is terrible. It'll orbit around your enemies. Against a herd of enemies, it'll hit some of them, but it's terrible. It's terrible. This is Black Hole. Black Hole is good. I underrate it. It's probably a B tier for me. It has 4 use time, which is pretty long for a pretty short effect. That doesn't insta-kill things. But it's good. And it'll attract any pickups in the room, any enemies. It's good, it's fine. Bozo is just not great. I thought it was, then it kind of isn't. It's like a C tier. It's the lowest damage up in the game. Doesn't even matter. 0.1. And then sometimes you'll spawn Rainbow Poops, which is a full heal. But it's not often that I've ever used the Rainbow Poops well, because I would have them broken accidentally. But it is situationally good. Broken Modem got pretty good. Pretty good buff in Repentance. It removes all of the projectiles it tampers with, which actually makes it pretty dang good for defensive play. Still messes with your tiers, but it's fine. It's way better than before. Mystery Gift. This is a great item. It's an item that gives you an item, similar to Eden's Blessing and Diplopia, which it can also give you poop and lump of coal, but I don't think it's S tier, but it's very good. Same conundrum. You can put it in the secret room, get rock bottom. Maybe you can put it in the angel room. Maybe get some good there. Devil room, free deal. It's good. It's a good item. Sprinkler. Sprinkler's alright. Nothing wrong with it. It's very good in green mode. And it's alright for bosses. It's not a boss killer, but it kind of is in a different way. Very good for a boss rush. For any phase fight, it's good in Beast. It's good. It's situational, but a bit better than that. So I'll put it up to B, but it's a low B. Fast bombs. Terrible effect. You're not really wanting to place more bombs, but it gives you 7 bombs. So, Buddy in a Box is a terrible familiar that you tend to see pretty often. I think it might be C, but the guy you get varies a lot and is never better than probably a Ghost Baby. Little Delirium is a great familiar. It's all of them, but typically the better ones I notice. Like you'll get Little Brimstone, you'll get Incubus pretty often. You'll get these guys, the good ones, right there with them. It's all of them, really. And you can get Succubus too. All these in one. It cycles, but you can get it pretty often. More so than the other ones usually. Jumper Cables is more charge. That's just a good thing. 1 charge for every 15 kills, I believe. That's good. For spacebar items that you want to use constantly, very good. Book of Revelations, D6, looking at you. Very good there. And generally good item. You get in the shop, it's a good time. Coupon is a cool item that I underrate. Because I get it, and then I bring it. Yeah, I use it once in the shop, I get charged, and I hope for a Devil Room after, but I tend not to get them. But that's okay, because I tend to go Angel Room. But Devil's got a lot of good stuff. You bring it with you, in Basement 2, you're golden. Really. It's B tier. It's not A tier, because I don't get Devil Rooms often. When I do, I'll usually happily afford what I want. But it's alright. Telekinesis is pretty good. It's a safety net, really. It's an active mantle. It only works against projectiles, pretty much. If you're fighting Hush, it's great. It's pretty situational, though. I don't find myself using it or taking it. Moving Box. It's probably good if you're going for dailies or whatever, but moving stuff around, you can move hearts into the secret rooms. You'll get Soul, Demon, Eternal Hearts. That's good, but that's like the only use, tactically, unless you have a D20. Tech Zero. This is a spicy play. I think it's terrible, because I will try to get the lightning to work. So I'll like shoot above and below my target, the lightning goes between them, but then you can just shoot them and you'll do more damage. And then you'll probably get hit if you try to hit with the lightning. It just doesn't work with the standard shots. Sure, you can have billiard tears or like pop, bubble tears, whatever. You can have piercing tears. You can have, like, Monsters Lung, whatever. But it's not often. It's very helpful. This... Oh, what is this? This might be Leprosy, which is an on-hit item. It might be Tonsil. I believe it's Tonsil. They're both on-hit items. This one, you get hit, gives you an orbital. To hopefully not get hit again. It's not even good with Tainted Magdalene, which is the on-hit person. Seven Seals is good. In Afterbirth Plus, it wasn't, because the flies would explode, but they don't anymore. And it's just free damage. It's just a good. Mr. Me, great spacebar. It'll do whatever you want usually. You can steal from devils sometimes. It's like half a coupon. It's like 50-50, I think. It'll open doors. It'll fight bosses. Pretty well. It's a good spacebar. If you don't have anything S tier, like solid S tier, you'll go for Mr. Me. You'll see that and like, yeah, I can rely on that. It's good. This is Prism. It isn't great, but I like it. It's a cool item. I love the rainbow tiers. And it can be quad shot without the detriment if you play it right, which is great. I'm also just now thinking about the synergy with it in Tiny Planet, which would be absurd. These are terrible. These are the billiard balls, like floating bubble tiers. They're not good. They just don't really do anything. This is Death's List. It can be tedious, but you can get a upgrade stat up. It's just fine, but I wouldn't usually pay money or like health for it in a devil situation. No, I wouldn't. Hemolacria is one of my go-to items. It's not a one run, but it's darn close. It's up there. It's like more than double damage. Shotgun tiers. They spread, they split. Get it with anything. Homing tiers is busted. Trisagion, don't even talk to me. It's so good. This item's not good. It can be good, but it isn't, usually. If you get it first item room, you just reset the run there. Because they slow down like the billiard tiers, and they eat each other up, and then you're just not stronger. Trisagion is one of the best items in the game. As far as I know. It's quality 2, but it's so good. It's piercing tiers, but they hit the enemy multiple times. A lower shot speed, you win. Homing tiers, you win. In general, you win. The only complaint is that it's not Spectral tiers. They'll get hit by blocks and they'll go away. But it's so good. It's so good. You'll win. Assuredly. 2 spacebar items. It's B. There aren't many spacebars where you really want to worry about 2. Like, the good spacebars alone are good. Book of Revelations, you don't need another spacebar. Because that's going to be eating all the charge, because you're going to be getting soul hearts, you're going to trade them with the devil, you're going to get more items, you're going to get more soul hearts. You only need 1. It's only good if you have Book of Revelations, but let's say you find Eden's Blessing, then you can carry both. Then you can use Eden's Blessing well. Blanket. Blanket's good. I like Blanket. It's a mantle for a boss room, which alone, if you're going to get hit in a room, it's going to be the boss room. It stacks with mantle too. It's a soul heart when you get it. It's good. It's very good. That mantle, oh baby, works in boss rush. That's what got me completion mark for Lost in boss rush. I got that. Had 2 shots. Sacrificial Altar. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's a lot of familiars. There's a lot of familiars, and a lot of them suck. That one, all these ones. These ones are okay. But this, you'll start getting the Devil D items, which tend to be up here and less down here. There are worse items that you'll get there. Like if you get Dark Prince's Crown, it's like, bruh. But if you do, it's probably better than the familiars you had. Like, Big and Little Chub, they're good when you get them in Basement 1, 2, Caves 1, 2. After Depths, they're just not good. There's not. Lil Spewer, annoying sound, makes creep in a charged manner. It's not good. Marbles. Marbles, by definition, it's like a solid item. You'll have 3 trinkets when you pick it, and then when you get hit, there's just a chance that you'll eat it. You'll eat a trinket, and you'll keep it forever, just as if you smelted it. It's an A tier item. That I wish the chance happened more, but it's great. It's great. Because it's like carrying Smelter with you, but you don't actually need to. Then, this is not a good item, because it's based off of getting hit, and then when you get hit, it spawns an enemy that fights for you. That isn't great. Bouncing Tears, it's hard to go wrong, man. Bouncing Tears are great. Don't get it with Ipecac, but don't get a lot of stuff with Ipecac. It's a very good item. Marrow, it's just a health up. It's a bone heart up, but you get the hearts with it, it bounces out. That's like a free curse ring. Slip Rib. Not good. It's just not good. It's not terrible. It's just not good either, though. When you get hit, spawns poop. Out of all the when you get hit items, this is like the best one. Hallowed Ground. You stand in that radius, you'll get Sacred Heart Tears as long as you don't break the poop. The problem is you break the poop pretty easily, but it's good while it lasts. And if I was gonna get hit, this is what I would want to happen, honestly. Pointy Rib is like Finger, but way worse. It is almost completely terrible. But it's alright. It's not D tier. Book of the Dead. Never really above B for me. You use it after you've cleared a big room, and then you get some skeletons, orbitals. It's fine. But 6 rooms to do it again, yeah, it just doesn't work for me. Dad's Ring. Good item. You don't really see it often, but it's a good item. Very small ring around you that freezes enemies. It's very hard to get hit by an enemy, because they'll just get frozen before they touch you. Very good. This is a Tears Up and a Bone Heart. It's good. It is good. It's a Tears Up. This... Oh, I got this mixed up. This is Jawbone. This is the item that I thought Slip Rib was. Slip Rib is a B tier item. It will save you sometimes. This picks up pickups. This protects you. Brittle Bones. This is Fracture Bones. This is like Split Shot. I think it's a damage up too. It's a good item. It is a solid item in A tier. Then we have the shovel pieces, which honestly don't even talk to me. They're terrible. And this one is also terrible. Wait, this one literally just unlocks... This isn't We Need to Go Deeper. This unlocks Forgotten. I haven't even seen this since I unlocked Forgotten. This is not a great tier effect. I don't even know how to say the name. It's like Murkiosis. It's B tier. It's a little like Explosivo, but it doesn't hurt you, but it does less. It's fine. I'm not complaining. It's good, but not great. Too Spooky is a little like Dad's Ring, in which it's very hard for things to melee you now. And I'll put it right there with it. But this one you have to pay heart to get. It's only in Devil. Golden Razor is just like Magic Fingers. I would say that it is just about as good and just about as situational. I don't know where I put the other one. C? Probably C tier. If the other one isn't here, then it should be. Golden Razor is probably better, though. I like the stat up more. Has a synergy with Rock Bottom, even though it's unlikely. It's good. Temporary Brimstone, it's just Shoop the Whoop, but better. It's a little longer time, but I think it balances out. If you have Brimstone with it, you even get the upgraded version. That'll just destroy everything. It's great. Fortune Cookie is terrible. It simulates rolling a fortune teller as a spacebar. Every other room you can do that. You will not likely get anything helpful. You will get some Darman advice, which is very good. However, this is for Isaac usability, not life advice. Extra tiers never really helped. Similar to Loki's Horns, C tier. This is 95 volt or something. When things are close to you, you will zap them. A better player than I will call it an A tier item, but I will call it a B tier. Because you have to get a little too close for me. A little scary. This is the same as Milk. You get hit in a room, you have the tears up. There's not much more to say. And it stacks, which is cool. Milk doesn't. This goes in B, actually. If you're really struggling against a boss, you get hit a bunch of times, your tears go way up. Almond Milk is way better than Soy Milk, where I would take it every time. It's A tier. With any tier effect, you're golden. With homing tiers, don't even talk to me. Rock Bottom is, by itself, terrible. One of the best items in the game. If you take any other item and combine them. A lot of items, you wouldn't think it at first, but they give a lot of downsides. Polyphemus with Rock Bottom. You have crazy good tiers with no tier downside. Rock Bottom with Soy Milk. You have even better tiers. The best in the game, no downside. With Monster's Lung, shotgun tiers every 3.5 seconds, normally. Now it's 3.5 shotguns every second. Excellent item. Terribly hard to find, but that doesn't matter. You will win if you have it. This is a bomb effect. It's random. It isn't great. Is the tears up? Shot speed up? It's a good item. It's fine. Blood Puppy? Oh, now we're getting to the Repentance items. Blood Puppy's good. It's a little weird to use. And it can hurt you, but it probably won't, and it'll hurt the enemies a whole lot more. But it's B tier, just like these guys. They're very... Dreamcatcher is cool, but it's B tier. I always forget to look at the cutscene. And looking at the cutscene doesn't really help. Unless you're going for Planetarium, and then you know, oh, this sucks by icon alone. You can also know the boss, but that doesn't matter at all. You have to fight him anyway. You should. It's fine. And it's half a soul heart every floor. It's good. It's whatever. Tears up for every room you don't get hit. That's just good. Good item. 2. Max out at 2 extra tears, you can get 7. This item is eluding me. I believe it says shield. Or around 2 rings around you that do damage. It's a little better than this one. Put in B. Blood Oath. After the challenge, I want to call it a run lost. It's honestly not good at all. If you get it, you have like 3 red hearts. It does almost nothing, but takes 2.5 red hearts from you anyway, which could be 5+ coins on a blood donation. It could be Soul Hearts pills, a Devil Room item. It's not good at all. The health is spent way better elsewhere. And if you don't have any Soul Hearts, then you get to new 4, you're done for. Play-Doh tears are good. They're A tier. It's like fruitcake, but a little better. There's no downside. It'll just give them effects. More tame. You never see orphan socks, but they're great. But I always forget that I can step on spikes, but they're great. You can step on creep and spikes, and it gives you 3 soul hearts, and you pick it up. Very good. Spirit of the Night. Well, no, this is controllable tears. They're, just as good as any other. Damage up. A little harder to use, but not terrible like Ludovico would be. It's good. Immaculate Heart. 20% damage up. Damage up on its own. Full health, plus health. Very good. Very, very good item. You want to see this item, you want to see that item. Don't talk to me. Monstrance. It's another Holy Aura. You know. C, B. These two are very similar. Intruder. It's a great item. It's quad shot for free that slows enemies. And then if you get hit, you don't have to. It's still helpful if you don't. You get a great familiar for the room. Friendly Poop. Dirty Mind. It's fine. The poops don't really seem to do anything. It does make the default lowest poops passive to you, which is probably the best thing though. Damocles is a very fun item. Very, very fun. You know when you want to take it, and you know when you don't want to take it. But when you see it, you smile. Very similar to how you would smile when you see Crooked Penny. But this is double everything, as long as you don't get hit. And if you do get hit, A, you can be lucky and not die. B, you can have an extra life. There's plenty of items that give you those. And C, you'll get double everything. That's so good. Especially with a reroll, you'll get different items if the double doesn't do anything. It's so good. This is a terrible item. Free Lemonade. Just like this one. They do the same thing. They're both bad. Spirit Sword is great. I'll give it A tier. If Isaac had no bosses, it would be one of the best items in the game. Isaac has bosses, though. The sword doesn't mow through them like tears do, and you have to get close. And it's kind of a pain if your fingers hurt. It makes your tears stat not matter nearly as much. It's very, very, very good with Polyphemus. It's a solid item. I wouldn't take it in like greed mode or if I'm doing Mother though. Then there's just the bosses are a little too tanky. You don't want to do that. But Blue Baby, the Lamb, Mega Satan, I'd say Beasts too. They're good. Red Key's a great item. You love to see Red Key. It's very cool. You can find angel rooms, you can find devil rooms, you can find ultra secret rooms which will have every red item. If you look, there's a lot of pretty good red items. A lot of very good red items. There's also some terrible ones too. But for sake of argument, you'll want that. Sci-Fly is a one run. They nerfed it, but you still can't get hit by projectiles. It's almost impossible. It's a possibly good item. Wavy Mushroom is interesting. I believe it isn't great. It's a tears up and a speed down. And you can stack it as long, and it'll also distort your screen. It's like B tier. If you get it first floor, it's funny, but then it's like, okay, I kind of want to see now. Rocket in a Jar, same as the other bombs. It's fine. It's cool though, but not great still. This is the Bethany book. I forgot the name. But the wisps, they're fine. They're not great. They're like B tier. It's not great. It's not great. I'm sorry. Alabaster Box. I always pick it up, but it isn't great. I wouldn't say it's great. It's like fine. It's whatever. It charges up with soul hearts, and you'll get 2 angel room items and a couple soul hearts back when you charge it all the way. It's like A tier. Likely, if you're playing on your own to like not unlock things, this is a great item. You'll fill it up. You'll get the items. You'll get hopefully some of these, maybe some of these. Likely one of these, but it's fine. The other one will be great. You'll get the soul hearts back. It's good. Stairway. It's good. It's an offering for a angel room item every floor, guaranteed. If you don't like it, there's a coin beggar for a health up or something else. And then also there's usually an eternal heart, soul heart for sale. It's just a good item, especially because it keeps going after Depths 2. Okay. These can have problems remembering. This is soul. It's good. It's A tier. It'll reveal you the boss room. You can go straight there. You'll get buff from it. It's great. This will show you a secret room. You go there, you'll get buffed. Not as good though. It gives you tears up. It's fine. Only for the room though. This is Mars. Mars is a dash. It's not an easy dash to use, and I don't see myself using it. I kind of forget about it. This is Venus. It's not great. You charm nearby enemies. It's like here. This is Terra. Terra's a damage up. Great item. You get rock tears. It's funny. Right there next to Steven. This is... can't remember. I believe this is Mercurius. No, I'm looking this up. Hang on. Okay, I've been informed. This is Mercurius. This is one of my favorites, honestly. Every room you go into, the doors are always open. So good for if you want to finish a run. Other than that, it's just a speed up, but I love it. It's my favorite, probably. This is Mars. Hard to use. This is, gosh. This is Jupiter. It's a speed up, which goes down, and you spawn fart clouds. It's really funny. Makes you look funny, but it's not great. It's no better than B. This is Saturn. Saturn's really good. You get a ring of tears around you. It'll hook some tears that would have hit you as well. And the tears themselves do a lot of damage. Like, probably more than you think. It's almost double default damage. It's probably 7 per tier. Very good. This is Uranus. Ice tears, very good. You freeze every enemy. You can kick them. S tier. This is Neptune, which is kind of like Reverse Monsters Lung in a way, a little like Kidney Stone. It's kind of hard to use, but it's good. It's good. And it's not even a tears down. You can just choose to not use it. And this is Pluto, which makes you tiny. It's fine. Not that helpful, but you'll get hit less. Okay, this is a extra curse room. Every floor, it's fine. Curse rooms are helpful. You might get Devil Eye out of it, you might get Soul Hearts. It's good. This is more tiers. It's a Tears Up. It's a cool Tears Up. It's A tier. This is a Tears Up plus an Eternal Heart. This is a cool item. Typically you buy it and you can't afford what's in the other shop, but sometimes you can. And it's a very cool item otherwise. If you have a lot of money, you can spend it. It's B tier. Battery pack isn't great. Unlike the other charge items, they don't provide anything but charge, which has its use, but it's pretty situational. Mom's bracelet, not a good spacebar. You can pick up bomb rocks, which is cool. You can break every rock in a room. It takes a while though. It's not great. It's not great. Scooper is terrible. Bad spacebar. You spawn a peeper for the room. That's terrible. Ocular Rift is a good tier effect. Works as a black hole, but you can spawn at every room hypothetically with a high enough luck stat. It happens very frequently. Bullying Baby. C. It's fine. Freezer Baby's great. This is one of the better ones. I would put him next to Demon Baby. Or Dry Baby. Good guy. Eternal D6. It's like B tier. You find it, but it's not as hype as a D6 because it might void pedestals. But the thing about voiding pedestals that you reroll is that you rerolled it, it's probably not great, and you're fine without it, but still you would have liked it. And you would have liked to see what could have rerolled into. So, it's not great, really, sadly. When you get hit, spawns a shockwave. Not great. Larynx, absurdly good. Weirdly good. It does too much damage. If you have terrible damage, you will kill the boss with Larynx. It does so much damage to every boss, and you'll charge it up through the Curse of the Floor. You will be fine. S tier item. Lost Soul is a pretty okay item. I find myself forgetting about them, and then I notice they get hit, and it's like, whatever. I missed out on a Soul Heart, maybe an Angel item. It's good, but not great. Blood Bombs. It's a health up with 5 bombs. It's a lot of these items in this tier put together. Actually, I don't think it gives you bombs, but it is a health up. Lil Dumpy is pretty similar to Farting Baby and Dry Baby. It's about as good as in between them. I'd put it in B tier. These are also fire tiers. They're both great. They're both great tier effects. Lodestone is also a really good tier effect. It's A tier. Not S, but A. Very good. The tomato is like B tier. It's not a great tier effect, but it can be. It makes it so when they're affected by it, they will be marked, and any damage dealt to any enemy will affect it as well. Which is good, not against bosses, but it helps. Birthright really varies. It can be down here if you're Tainted Jacob. It can be up here if you're Tainted Lust. Generally, it's very, very good, especially for the Tainted characters. Which I don't know what it does for all of them, because the patch added the Birthright items, most of them after I played the character. But very, very good item, generally. You want it if you see it. You want it a lot. Red Stew, I mean, it depends. It's usually like B tier. You can keep the damage up going for way longer than you think if you just keep going through the rooms and the rooms and the rooms. And then it's good because plus 20 damage, that's a lot. It's good. Genesis is very good. I'll put it in A. Chances are you can take it, use it, even with a good build, and it will get better. Because they give you 3 options for every item that you had. And they come from their respective item pool. So if you had a run where you had 2 angel rooms already, they kind of sucked, and you find this, you take it, and you'll probably, almost certainly, be able to take Sacred Heart, Halo, Godhead, Holy Mantle. It's very good. And then your other build, you'll transition to a different style of playing, yes, but it should be pretty similar, and if not better. Sharp Key can open the mom door. It's good. Aside from that, not great. Situational for C. Booster pack is 5 cards. It's fine. It usually doesn't help you stat-wise, but can be good. This is a run winner. It's also a very broken item, but if you move that aside, you will win your run. It's like Mega Blast, almost identical. The knife pieces, they win you the beast run, or the mother run, I guess. They're kind of a pain to get, but I don't know where else to put them. They're not really items. This, what is this item? This is Death Certificate. If you get this item, you can pick up any other item. It's a run winner. Because you pick this up, you pick one of these. Usually this one. Sometimes this one, sometimes this one, sometimes this one. It's up to you. Absurdly good item. Botfly, S tier. It's worse than Sci-Fly, but still amazing. It's pretty unlikely you'll get hit by a tier. This will cut the enemies in half. Significantly less health, but that's more to worry about hitbox-wise. I would put it in C tier. This gives you 3 luck and makes you immune to curses and status effects. It's like B tier. It's fine. You don't really see it often. This is Purgatory. Cracks will show up on the ground. You walk on them, and it will summon a ghost! And the ghost will it'll hit an enemy for a little bit of damage. It's like B tier. It's pretty good. Stitches. It's tough. Stitches is a great spacebar, but it's kind of boring. Similar to Prayer Card. I'll put it right here. It'll teleport you to wherever it is. You can telefrag things. It's cool. But kind of boring. R-Key. Well, if you get R-Key, there's 2 outcomes with R-Key. You get R-Key, you use it at the end of your run, and you just mop the floor with the next run. Or, you get R-Key, you're struggling with your run, you use it then, and then Basement 1, 2, 3, Basement 1, 2, and Caves 1, you're just like health, back up, and then you're getting more items, you will win. Stop. There. Knockout drops is a good tier effect. It happens often, stuns the enemies, hits them, makes a funny sound, does more damage. Eraser, situational. Not great, especially with, I don't think you can use it with Tainted Jacob anymore. It's just not great. Yuck Heart is terrible. It takes 6 rooms to get a Yuck Heart, which arguably harms your run. This urn shoots fire. It's pretty strong fire, and it's a cool effect. I would put it in B. It's usually better than your tiers, at least. Akeldama is a great item. It's very similar to Aquarius for me, and Depression, so we'll put it right there with it, because the tiers trail behind you. Magic Skin is an item that gets you items, but you don't have to keep it with you like you would with Eden and Diplopia. So it's right there. You will have to pay health, but you pay health for a secret room item. That could be rock bottom. That's just what you need to turn around the run. Great item. Revelation gives you flight and Eternal Heart and basically Holy Maw of the Void. You pick it up, you will win the run probably. It isn't great. None of the things individually are run winning, but all of them together are. It needs pretty much just anything else to be excellent to like assuredly win the run. You are Consolation Prize. I used to like this item a lot. It's a cool item, but it's almost never a tears or damage up. It's usually a range, luck, or shot speed up, which just isn't good. But you will get like bombs, coins, keys. That's the best part. What is this? Tiny Toma? This is the one that spawns a little guy. And he bounces around. And I think you get a new one every room. He's fine. It's not great. Brimstone Bombs. Probably the best bomb upgrade. I'll put him in A tier. The only bomb upgrade to be up here. Brimstone Bombs will win you a run if you have nothing else. And a lot of, like, reading. But I don't know about you, hitting bombs with Mom is the worst. You just can't do it. You can with most enemies. And, like, most bosses just kind of sit there. Late game wise. Like, Lamb sits there. Isaac sits there. Blue Baby sits there. Beast sits there. Mega Satan, they all sit there. And you can use Brimstone Bombs. That's very, very good. And it's A tier, honestly. 4.5 volt changes how battery works, and it's almost always a good thing. You'll get more charge. But more importantly, you'll get more charge in the same room. If you have Box of Friends, it's amazing. If you have Book of Belial, it's amazing. If you have a spacebar you just want to use often, it's amazing. It's a great item. Little Plum. Pretty bad familiar. This is a pretty bad spacebar. This is Star of Bethlehem. That's a good item. On its own, it'll start going to the boss room the moment you start a floor. And that's already pretty good, it'll point you there. But then if you stand in the radius of it, you get like Sacred Heart tears. It's so good. You're not often standing in it, but when you are, nothing really touches you. Because you have homing tears that do tons of damage. Shoot very often. It's great. Cube Baby. It's a tough one. Because he's very funny, but he's not great. Where did I put Freezer Baby? Because he's right there with him. Ice is a good status, but these are like similar. This one's harder to use because you can lose them in a room. This one. I need a reminder. Okay, this item is a weird spacebar. When you use it, basically every item, or every enemy in a room, will drop like a spirit, and using it will make them explode. It's kinda weird. And not great. But it's fine. It's fine. It's not A. I'd much rather have something more traditional that just ups my stats, gives me health. False PhD, very cool item. It might not be S tier, but sure is S tier level. Pills already almost always hurt me. Every time you use one that'll lower your stats, you'll get damage up with it. Every time you use one that's just generally bad, that could be Bad Trip, it could be Retrovision, you'll get a Demon Heart. Very, very good. Spin to win. It's fun, but not good. Not in the slightest. Wakey Veins. Vacricos Veins. When you get hit, you spawn tears around you. Big burst. Not great. Bad, actually. This is micro cells, stem cell. It spawns micro Isaacs, which are fun. Not great. Bigger tiers. No one cares. Great item, card reading. You can go to treasure, secret, or boss room. They'll give you two of the options to choose from. It's a great item. You want it. You'll see it in a shop, it's like, I want that. And you do. Quints. Quints are good. You'll get 5 familiars in a room. And usually they'll be down here. Sometimes they'll be up here, but they will help. Tooth and nail. Free curse rooms. Pretty much about the only use. Sometimes you'll get lucky. It's situational. Binge eater is amazing. Very, very good. If you get a crappy item, it's a health up now. And also you get a temporary buff with it. So good. Guppy's Eye, very cool item. You'll see inside sacks, fire, chests, if they're good or bad. It's A tier. Counts towards Guppy too. Strawman is just bad. There's a similar thing with Soul of the Forgotten. It spawns the Keeper, and it'll help fight, but he moves at 1 speed, no matter what your speed is. It's not good. Sausage is very good. All stats up. Can't go wrong. Options question mark is weird. There is no downside. You'll likely get a chest or something you want out of every room. It's good if you can remember it. Candy Heart is B tier. There's not every run that you'll be picking up red hearts every so often, but if you are, the stats add up. Usually you'll get something bad, and the stat ups are very small, but it's a bonus, and it can synergize to be ridiculous. If you have Gimpy, if you have Old Bandage and you find a Blood Machine, or you have IV Bag, it's very good. This is not a good item. It'll make it effectively so that any further devil deals you take, you pay with coins instead. And while that's good, after it's situational. I changed my mind. This will go in C. Effectively, it'll make it so all of your devil deals, you use coins instead. Which can be good, but personally, if I'm rolling that, I don't want to have to keep looking for coins after, like, Depths 1. But that's what you'll have to do if you want these good items. This is Dogma. It's a story item. Plus damage, plus tiers, sets your health to at least 6. Gives you flight. It's not a 1 run because, trust me, I've lost fights. This is not Dogma. This is not Dogma. What item is this? Give me a second. This is Redemption. If you go into a devil room and leave, don't take anything, which usually happens anyway, you'll get a damage and tears up. It's good. It's good. Spirit Shackles acts as a sort of revive thing. It's like a revival totem. And you get a new one every soul heart you pick up. It saved me. It's a good item, I won't lie. Cracked Orb, every time you get hit, it'll tell you where a room is. That can apply to ultra secret rooms, but that doesn't often happen. Not great. Empty Vessel, if you go to a new floor and you have at least 1 empty heart, you get another one. It's fine. It's situational, but good situational. That'll happen enough to where it's good. What is this item? I feel like it is Decap Attack, but I think this is Decap Attack. God. Right. When you get hit in a room, you will like freeze time pretty much. It's a good get hit effect. Honestly, it's up there with Hallowed Ground. It's very cool too. C-section? I mean, how am I supposed to know? It wasn't in the game until like a week or two ago. It's whatever. It's like good. It's a great item. Your tears home in and they just kill the enemy. It's great. Little Abaddon is not S tier, but it's a damn good familiar. It's not Little Brimstone level because you have to get close, but you can't reliably use it well because the like Maw of the Void Ring is around the familiar, not you. And it's hard to get that to match up without getting hit. Montezuma's Revenge I find hard to use. It's not great. Little Void. Some people don't like it. I think it's B tier. You can work around it not eating your consumables that you want. And then you have guaranteed secret and super secret room, and also curse room, and I think even devil room. Every floor if you just pay attention to it. Worm Friend is great. It's like a B tier item. It's A tier. Every room it'll like slow something down or kill it. It's good. Fractured Bones. Every time you kill an enemy, they'll spawn bones. It's like whatever. C for whatever. Vengeful Spirit. I think that's what it's called. I believe. No, Hungry Soul. I don't think it's great. In greed mode it's good, but it's very rare that you will be in a room long enough to where the souls will actually do anything. Because they don't go between rooms. And the explosion isn't too good. And you were not going to spawn souls in like a boss room, because unless they're spawning things, it just doesn't really work. This is a terrible item. Terrible spacebar. I don't even know why it's in the game. It spawns one wisp, and then you have to wait 12 rooms for it to spawn 2 wisps. And then 12 to spawn 3. It does get better, but it's not good, and wisps aren't great. This is Candy Heart for Soul Hearts, which I think is better. If Candy Heart is in B, this is in A. Because it also gives you a Soul Heart with it. And you can always pick up Soul Hearts. I've had so many experiences with Friend Finder, and they varied so much. It's like a B tier item. Because I've had some C tier, I've had some A tier. It's like B. It's fine. You'll spawn a buddy, it'll probably help, and then it dies, and you can spawn another eventually. Inner Child is an extra life. It's like 1-up, but a little better, but it's not enough to go into A tier. You become small. Crack Crown, if you get it and you want to win, you will win, because you have 5 times the options than usual, which is absurd. Belly Jelly is a damage reduction. Sometimes you don't get hit. You can also just kind of hug things, and you often won't get hit, which is cool. I'll put it with the others. I believe they're right here. Sacred Orb, you get it, you're winning. You get so many good items, it's absurd. Then this spawns a spike. It's like a sack room in every devil room, which I've never used well. It's so situational. And you never get anything great. There's a chance you can get Leviathan transformation, and there's a chance you can get a devil item, but they're pretty low. You'll probably just get a coin. Not great. Swarm. Swarm is like right with the other flies. You get 5 or 10 orbitals. They'll take a shot. But they'll go away pretty quickly. You'll get a new one every room, which might help you out. They're like the pretty flies. But it's not great. Heartbreak? Great item. On its own, it's a damage up, but it'll also save your life at least 9 times. And then you're on your own. But 9 times, and every time it does, your damage goes up again, that's nothing to sneeze at. Bloody Gust, you get hit, speed and tears up, is a good item. It's bloody lust, but better, I'd say. I like the tears more than the damage. Salvation. Salvation's good. You get the halo around you. And it will usually do some good damage. You kind of gotta force it to, but it's alright. It's like B. Oh, what is this one? Vanishing Twin. It actively hurts you, but you'll get more loot. It can ruin your run. It can fix your run. I'll put it in C because you'll know when you want it, but you probably won't want it that much because compared to the other risk-reward ones like anti-grav tiers, you've got to be pretty strong to be able to take on double. Twisted Bear. That is a very good item. I would put it in a 1 run. Triple Tears. That's triple tier effects. They're not as strong, but they add up to about a 20/20. But they're better because you shoot more. You have any luck-based tiers, they'll happen a lot more. You get BFF, you win. Anima Sola. I hate this item. It's fine. It's like C tier. That is Anima Sola, right? No, it isn't. This is Azazel's Rage. Every 4th room, you shoot Brim. You can pair it up to work with every boss, it's great. Echo Chamber is a 1 run. Isaac's Tomb. You get a chest every room, every floor. Old chests, they tend to be alright. It's like B tier. This one is Vengeful Spirit. It is when you get hit. It's not a great when you get hit. It's probably C tier. In Esau Jr. is good. Is good. You can pivot from one guy to another. You keep the items you had, but it's a different health. And usually you want to just be Esau Jr. when you get it, because he can fly and he has more damage. And it's a lot more damage. Berserk is S tier. It's so fun. Very good. You'll destroy a boss. You'll destroy a room. Charges up really quick. So good. What is this dagger? That is not... Oh, that's Dark Arts. That's a 1 run. That's invincibility whenever you want, pretty much. And it recharges very quickly, and you get damage up. That's it. Abyss, much better Void. It's up there. It's really up there. It's S tier, definitely. I don't know what this health up is doing here. It's a health up. Stapler is great. It has a synergy with Chemical Peel and Blood Clot, but it on its own is damage. Suplex is very, very, very funny. It tends to get you hit, though, if you use it on a boss. But if you don't, you will kill the enemy, almost certainly, and you will create a shockwave that will probably kill others. It's very good. This is Bag of Crafting. I'm not sure. Can you get it outside of Tainted Cane now? I think you can. If you get it and you want to win, you will win. There's unlimited options with it. Flip. You can get flip. The website is saying that it works like Tainted Laz, but without the part where you turn into Tainted Laz, and you just get double items for every pedestal. This sounds very good. Lemageddon. A lot of these like character-based items are absurdly good. Lemageddon's right there with it. You get an item. If it's a stat up, it's weakened, but if it isn't, if it's like a tier effect, you just have that until it gets broken. I don't know what this rod is. This is Sumptorium. That's also a great item. It got worse to where I put it in A. The red clots just don't stick around as much as they used to. Definitely not as good. Recall is only gotten with Tainted Forgotten. This is only gotten with Tainted question mark. These two I'm not going to rank. They aren't really needed. But, I mean, if you get this as Tainted Forgotten, you're probably going to win. Keeper's Sack. Whenever you buy stuff, you get stat up. It's very good. Very good. You tend to get damage in tiers. Keeper's Kin. Also good, kind of situational, but if you just put a bomb in a room with a lot of rocks, you will get so many fighters. Keeper's Box is more situational. It spawns a shop item, but it tends not to be a pedestal item. It tends to be like a key, or pill, or soul heart, which isn't great. And you have to pay for it too. Everything Jar is good. It's a good item. You can get pretty much whatever you want as long as you're paying attention. I'll put it in S tier, man. It's like a little worse than Book of Revelation and Satanic Bible, but you can also get whatever you want with it, if you have patience. TM Trainer. Don't talk to me. You cannot get this item and go for Mega Satan, or really anything that requires you to have Polaroid, or any key parts, or like knife pieces. Which only leaves, like, Delirium. And even then, it's scary, man. It's scary. Anima Sola, it's like B tier. Spin Down Die, that's one of the best items in the game. If you take your time, you can get almost any item you want, or you can at least re-roll a bad item into a probably better one. Hypercoagulation will probably do wonderful things for you. It has busted with Candy Heart. Generally, getting health whenever you get hit is just very, very good too. IBS, it's a run ruiner, I'm gonna be real. When you damage things, you will poop, get like a bomb in your hand, spawn explosive poops. It's a mess. It is scary and bad. And funny though, but it's not good. Sneezing. Sneezing gives a good effect. You do more damage to him. It does more damage, double tap. It's good. It's good. These are the soul bombs. Whatever they're called. You don't see them often. And I feel... I mean, it's like a bomb upgrade. You get like spectral bombs too, which is cool. It's not as good as brimstone bombs. I wouldn't say it's good enough to go into A tier. This is Jello. Is it? Yes, Jello. It's like Tainted Lilith for a room, which is fine. I think you can use it multiple times in a room, which is actually really cool. So we'll give it A. And Decap Attack. It's Tainted Forgotten. It's good. And then you can call it back. It's S tier, really. And that's really all of them, actually. there's not many run winners. There's actually quite a few S tiers, even more A tiers, and about the same amount of B, C, and D tiers, and about the same run winners as run losers. This was a long video. If you listened to me talk about every item, telling you that it's a pretty good item or a pretty bad item, and then I'd be happy or sad to see it, I applaud you. You did good. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Don't play this game.